Go ahead and talk.
It's the basement.
Boba.
All right, good.
Those not.
Control.
All right. Well, our checks and balances. We'll get them going. All right. Here we go.
Do I need to address? Mute us for a second.
Nope.
Got him!
Wow, welcome back to another episode of Stay on Target.
Oh, this
you know,
is
things
great.
don't always go the way you think, but
Except
you
for
adjust.
when you take
roll
the
with the
laxative.
punches.
It's Christmas time.
It's Christmas time.
Yeah.
It's Christmas.
Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you being here. And since you're here, you might as well just go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your enemies,
Tell your friends.
your frenemies.
friends.
Are you all right? Are you doing calibration today?
Yeah.
I'm mine.
Oh, I'm Dustin.
I'm Nick.
That's Nick.
That's Christmas Matt.
That's Christmas Matt.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we
Christmas.
got
Coffee cup.
No.
Oh.
No.
Who
The
else we got?
best. The last, but the best.
The last.
Denny.
and most definitely not the least.
Dan keeps this.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what I do, but I do something, and
did
I try to
something.
keep things going smooth, but it doesn't always happen. So
Dan,
deal with it.
Gotta take a
Dan
Lex.
does like 100 things at once. None of this would happen without Dan.
It's better if you can
Exactly.
just focus on one thing, but I'm not very good at that. So I'm just gonna keep driving us into the ground.
Yeah. Drive this bus into the ground. Not turning
Well, at least
around,
someone's
driving it
steering.
into the ground.
If
least
we were
there's-
driving, we'd be going backwards.
We wouldn't even have a steering wheel.
No, we wouldn't even have a ship.
We'd just be like, yeah, move those wheels.
We'd just be falling down a hill.
They'd be like, we're gonna aim for that. We might end up over there. Nobody
Immediate
knows.
left turn.
Right.
All right. We got a lot to talk about tonight.
Yeah.
A lot of fun things to talk about.
Huh.
A lot.
Hey.
But
I
it's
see
the
you.
Christmas.
Hey.
It's the Christmas season. And real quick, let us know in the comments, what's your favorite thing about Christmas?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite Star Wars memory about Christmas? Do you have any other memories? No, what's your favorite Christmas thing?
thing?
Nailed it.
Star Wars.
Perfect.
Tradition.
What about you, Nick?
Eggnog.
Oh, yes.
I
I
love
love eggnog, too.
It's so good. He doesn't. He
Christmas
doesn't like
Matt.
Not about it.
it. You like food. That's what you were saying
Food's
earlier.
great.
Is that what that's your
Food's
favorite
great.
part of Christmas?
I like the Christmas smells.
Smells.
Like
What?
pines.
What?
You don't like Christmas smells? You don't know what Christmas
Yeah.
I'm starting to
smells
worry.
are?
I'm starting to worry about you, Matt. He likes torture.
Pines.
He likes Christmas
No,
smells.
you put those words
He
in my
likes
mouth.
to torture people with Christmas
He
smells.
likes torture smells.
Candles. They make sense.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, got it.
Oh, Dan, what's what favorite Christmas thing do you like? What's
What's that thingamajig that you do
your
at the
favorite part about
Christmas?
Christmas?
I don't know. I like all
Time.
kinds of stuff. I like the
Yeah.
food for sure. I like the time with family, time off, that kind of thing.
That's-
Time to
that's
chill,
alright.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, those are all awesome
all that good
things.
stuff. It's a lot of fun. So I don't think people can really see us at the moment. I think we're hiccuping horribly. A horrible hiccup.
Horrible hiccups.
So
Yeah.
I might have to restart this. But
Eternal
hey, if you've
hiccups?
been watching this far and listening, thanks for joining us.
I'm
Because this
sorry
has been
for
an
what you're
adventure. They
hearing.
can hear us no problem, but apparently the video is horribly glitchy still. So
Oh
The
man.
video.
Oh my god.
what are you gonna do? It's
Technical
Christmas.
difficulties. Christmas technical difficulties.
Well, at least we're still
third
talking.
time's a charm.
Third time's
We're
a
still
charm.
talking
So-
for our audio listeners.
Yeah, the
Our
audio listeners
lawnmower
enjoy it.
fanatics.
Who's
So we'll be
who's-
back. We'll be
who's-
back in a minute. Here we go.
Okay,
Snow
second.
blowers.
Love you.
Tell your friends about me.
Love you.
All right.
Oh, now we're frozen.
Oh.
This is great.
Third time's a charm.
Third charm's the time.
Uh,
Hey.
Thank you everybody who's continuing listening. We're definitely experiencing some technical difficulties, which happens on a live stream. We're doing it live.
Yeah.
We're doing it live.
Sometimes
Turn
you
the
got
camera
to.
just a tiny bit
Towards
towards me,
yeah, no,
the
no,
other
no,
one,
the
the
other
other
one. Other one.
the main one.
This is what it's like to make a YouTube
Sorry.
show.
Figured
Yes.
while you're up there,
Yeah.
YouTube.
Just
No,
hang-
and we were talking about Christmas. I love
Christmas.
eggnog,
Wookie cookies,
Wookie
Food.
cookies.
I guess. Smells?
We did talk about the
Do
smells.
you not know about Christmas smells?
Like,
Have you not
I
experienced
mean, like
Christmas?
cinnamon pine cones?
No, just pine trees, maybe some.
There we go. That's perfect.
Okay,
maybe
question
some
for you. Who
peppermint.
actually cuts down a tree and has a full real life tree
We
in their
used-
living room?
We've
I
done
mean,
it.
Do you guys
We
still
don't
do that?
No,
normally.
I don't do it
Yeah.
right now because I
Yeah.
got lots of little ones.
It's a big old mess.
yeah.
Yeah, a lot
what
of
it
sap
is.
and needles and
But
stuff.
that's a fun Christmas tradition though. Like I enjoyed that.
Dude, I haven't done that
Strap
in
it to
at
your
least
Roof of your
25
truck.
years.
You don't even.
25 years and you're
Yeah.
How old are
you're-
ya?
I'm 29.
Don't tell them.
How
I'm
old
not
are you?
29. I'm at least 40.
You're 49.
Oh.
No.
Ah.
No.
New.
No,
Do I have a
there's-
choice? New.
I both really like Christmas, and I both don't like Christmas all at the same time, just for the fact that it's super stressful in some ways.
Okay, explain that. Explain why it's super stressful.
Because there's like so many.
I'm never stressed out at Christmas.
Well, you don't get any gifts.
That's true. But also, people don't give me gifts, so
I
there's a
give you gifts.
win-win.
I give you gifts.
It's a
The
two-way
gift
street.
of friendship,
Yeah, exactly. That's my gift.
right?
You get another year. The
You get
subscription
another
has
year
been
of
renewed.
Right? No,
This hat is too small for my head.
It looks good though, Matt.
you look good.
I mean, Nick.
Matt,
He
didn't
knew
They're
what
the
he
same.
meant to say.
I think Christmas is a blast. This is why we started 3 times on the show. People that tuned in now
Hey,
have
don't
no
tell
idea that
them
we
that.
did that, but we just ramble
have
for like
no
45
issues.
minutes anyway. So it
Yeah.
gets us out. It gets all the good stuff out of the way, or the not good stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
Regardless, it's Christmas time, so I dig your guys' hats.
Yeah.
And the Christmas banter has been on par.
Banter.
we got.
And
Oh, we
they
did
got the
decorations.
stockings.
Yeah, like we-
look at
yeah.
that.
Right
That's
there,
a
you
pretty
see
We
shot
went all
right
out
there.
for this.
What you gonna do?
You see him?
We went all out.
See him?
Yes.
I think
Yes.
Pointing at him.
These will be
Also, we have
uploaded as
hats.
shorts later.
Right.
I promise
see
you.
him? You see him?
Do you see him? Yes. I think everybody sees him.
Yeah.
Except for the audio listeners.
They see it with their ears.
They see nothing.
Listen to this. There. They saw it.
This, the light waves turned into sound waves.
Wait, what? You mean the sound waves turned into light waves?
No, the light waves of them seeing.
Who's mowing their lawn right now?
That's what I want to know.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody in Japan.
Right?
Maybe the,
Yep.
maybe the snow blowers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, we are on.
Can you
Hop.
mow your lawn with a snowblower?
No.
Is that possible?
I mean,
It would just
Technically, wouldn't it be an
It'd probably,
auger?
like,
Pretty sure
rip- it'd probably
basically
rip
be
it
a
all up.
rototiller.
Yeah,
it
it's
depends
like
on
a-
how low
yeah.
you got and if you got the shoes on it up high enough.
The shoes?
Yeah, the little shoes.
Why are you
on
putting
the
shoes
end.
on him?
He's an
Why-
elf. That's why. 'Cause
No,
he's
no,
an
no,
elf.
no. It keeps.
Why does
it
a
keeps
snowblower
it up
have
higher up,
shoes?
so it doesn't.
You put
He's
actual
putting shoes on him.
Or is they slides? I thought
Like
they were
skis?
called shoes.
They're called shoes.
Right, that it goes over top
They're
and it
called-
doesn't
Oh.
dig in. Yeah.
I was giving you a hard time. Nick was
Yeah,
serious.
I'm
apparently.
just, yeah. I've never
You
even
learned
heard
something about
I've
snowblowers
never heard
today,
them called
everybody.
shoes before.
Look, you got to know these things when you're on Hop.
I
You
just
think you
call
could
them-
do these things,
I
Nemo,
c-
but you
I-
just can't.
I'm not from Hoth. I commute.
okay.
No, we all live on Hop.
I commute. I'm from Coruscant. I travel to Hoth every day. Not really. I don't.
Just
I
once
live
a
on
week.
Hoth mentally.
All right, let's get into things, y'all.
right.
What are we even talking
Merry Christmas,
about?
everybody. We just want to say that from everybody here at Stand Target.
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
I guess we all could say it. I don't know why I said it for everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, you filthy
You
animal.
filthy animal. That's what I was thinking.
That was a good intro and lots of good silly banter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Now
yeah.
we just said Merry Sithmas.
And nobody saw it because it's not recording.
Well, because we're all invisible.
Because we're all
Still not recording.
invisible.
Because we're not real. This is
Oh,
just
we're
a
live.
figment of your imagination.
Right?
Oh, we're live?
Crap.
Oh,
All
wait.
right. First things first, other than those other first things, we're going to review Tales of the Jedi, Episode 3, Choices. Choice.
Choices.
Choice. Name that movie reference. If you get it, I'm your best
I know that
friend.
movie reference.
You're
I
my best
understood that reference.
I don't know.
I
Does
get
it
a
involve
good-
clouds and meat?
Yeah.
I know it does.
friend. It is.
It's like
You're right.
foggy with
Dan's
a,
my best friend.
foggy
All right.
with a meatloaf.
So we're going to do some non-spoilers first.
What?
This episode was called Choices, not Meat.
Choice. Soylent
hungry.
Green is people. You ever see that
Where do
movie?
you- No.
Soylent Green?
No.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
They're people. It's people.
You're people.
God.
And there's
I am
people in this episode. Some really good people in this
And
episode.
some really
Indeed,
turd-like
that
people.
was-
Let's jump into it. Non-spoilers, episode 3. So, what'd you guys think?
I thought it was great. It's a continuation of the last episode. It's like a 3-episode arc, which is great because that's what Dave Filoni is good at. Arcs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well
But
said.
no, it's intense. It's action-packed. And it moves the story forward.
and
It's not a filler episode.
I don't think I can make myself any more clear.
Was that not clear? Was that not clear?
Was it not clear? I thought you were pretty clear.
I thought you were pretty clear.
yeah,
that
no,
reference.
yeah, non-spoilers. Non-spoilers are always a little
Yeah.
tricky.
It
Matt,
is.
what'd you think of this episode? This is your first time viewing it. You got to watch this one.
Yes. It was pretty good. It's pretty good.
There's some more action in
It's
it.
hard to not spoil a 10-minute video.
I know.
But
We-
yeah, it was solid and it was action. I enjoyed the action.
Yeah,
So-
they had some different players in it too. Or well, there's a main character throughout the arc.
Yeah.
Which if you saw the last episode, it was
You already know.
Dooku. So Dooku's in this
Hey!
one as well.
No spoilers.
That's not a spoiler.
It is though if they haven't seen it up
well,
to now.
Well, that's their
Then
fault.
why are you watching this show?
It's in the trailer. Remember, I usually go off things by the trailer. So if they've seen Dooku in the trailer,
Yeah, but remember, wasn't it Dan that said he didn't even know it was Dooku?
no, he didn't know that it was Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon. Okay.
He knew it was
Wrong.
Dooku. Yeah, no. So this is the second one. Dan, what'd you think? Non-spoilers.
I thought it wasn't Dooku.
It's not Dooku.
But no, it was a solid episode. I liked how it picked up
Where
where
the last
it
episode left off?
kind of, but not
Yes.
really. But no, it was solid. It just they're starting to hit their stride. I feel like in this episode because
Yeah.
we had episode 1 that was kind of like meh. Episode 2 was like, oh, they got my attention.
Yeah.
Episode 3, I see what they're doing now. This is gonna get rocking and rolling, and it just does all the way through. So
They're telling a
it's
story.
the best episode so far, I think, for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
Of the 3 that when you
Wait, have
binge
you
them.
seen all of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean once you up to this point,
Yeah.
it was the best.
I think Matt's the only one who hasn't seen all of them.
Yeah. What
Okay,
a
just
sinner.
call me out.
And,
Yeah. Okay. Just call me
and the
out.
fact checker. No, that's fine.
All right,
You haven't
spoilers.
seen all of them either. No, but yeah.
Sinners.
So it follows the same character as the last one, but he is with somebody else in this one, which I find fascinating because it's early on in their
Yeah.
both of their careers as Jedi.
Spoilers.
my goodness.
Yeah,
They don't know Dooku's a Jedi,
Wow. Oh my god!
I
If
thought
they
he
watched
was
the last
always Sith.
episode.
right?
No, but it definitely has some action, but the music was still solid in this one, I'd say. And there's even points in the episode where they make special points with the music.
Musical
Points
cues.
multiple times. Yeah, there we go.
There you
Musical
go.
cues. Thank you.
Open up a dictionary.
Matt's
My
dictionary.
How many words you got
There's
now?
so
Matt?
many callbacks.
About 4.
About 4.
For all the new listeners, they're so
Snarly.
lost on
Only
so many of
words you
these
need.
like
Right.
inside jokes.
We have inside jokes with complete strangers here.
We have new listeners.
You just have to watch previous episodes to get all the jokes.
Yeah.
That's
For
how
the
we get you roped in.
podcasters.
They're not
Podcasters,
great,
They know it.
but you should watch them anyway.
You should take an hour
Wow.
out of your day.
We are confident in our
you know,
abilities.
everybody on YouTube's like, oh yeah, watch my stuff because it's good. We should be like, yeah, you don't need to watch it, but you can. It's
taking-
adequate.
we're
I
taking-
mean,
Reverse psychology.
Reverse
Yeah.
psychology?
oh, this is the worst episode ever.
But you're
Totally,
gonna
you should go
watch
watch it. But you don't have to. You don't even need to watch this one. You could leave right now. We wouldn't even know.
Literally, we wouldn't.
Boom,
At the
reverse
moment.
psychology. Maybe I'm faking myself up. I don't know.
Nick just
Maybe
leaves.
Nick's about to
Nick
leave.
just leaves. Yeah, I was
I'm
thinking the
out.
same thing.
I don't even want to watch this.
I don't even want to be on this show anymore.
Oh man, no.
Oh.
Train wreck.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
But yeah,
You can't look away.
Yeah, it kind of is. Even this episode, in some way.
Yeah.
Non-spoilers.
Yeah, I mean, right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Head-on collision.
It hit hard right off the bat, which for something that happens right away, you're like, "Holy cow, that's a little dark." And how in the heck
So
did that
dark.
happen?
Also,
So
I thought you were talking about this show.
Yeah, I was like, what
Oh.
happened? That was so
No.
dumb.
It's applicable to both.
not this show. I meant Tales of the Jedi episode
Yeah,
3.
I mean,
choices.
same. Good save, me. Thanks, me.
Just give yourself a high five.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like seeing these characters again. I thought the way Dave Filoni handled this episode was on par. A great middle section to a 3-arc structure.
Yeah.
The action was good in this one. I enjoyed it. It felt very Clone Wars, the action in this. But it was definitely good and cool to see some of the older Jedi in some ways in their prime.
in their prime.
In their prime!
How old do you think both of them are?
At this point,
Yeah, like 30s.
yeah, I'd guess that's like late 30s.
Yeah.
Guess
Do you
late
think
30s,
Dooku's
40s.
older?
Mm,
Dooku's probably like 40s,
no,
maybe early 40s.
Yeah, I think he is slightly older than
Yeah.
Mace.
Because eventually he gets
Whoops.
gray hair. Hey, well, spoilers.
Oh,
Mace is a spice.
Spice of life.
Spice is an old spice. Or Mace is an old spice. Spice is an old spice?
Old Spice!
Old Spice! Take a look what you've done. Yeah.
Yeah.
In that reference.
Right.
So does that mean we're in the spoiler?
Yeah, let's go to the
No,
spoiler
not
section.
yet, but we will.
gotta
just-
wrap this
yeah,
show up.
We're gonna
Okay.
we're gonna head there.
All right.
But yeah, fantastic episode for just to wrap up the non-spoilers. Fantastic episode again.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, watch it for sure. We
All right.
recommend it. It's fantastic. All right, we're gonna jump into the spoiler section in
Everybody dies. Except for me.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, spoil everything. Bam, 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 bam,
I already
bam.
did. Everybody dies.
No.
Everybody dies.
Eventually.
Nah, Dooku is back. Mace with him.
They
Finding
go
death.
inspect Death of Jedi.
Yeah, that's where it starts off a little rough. You're like,
Yeah.
oh man,
Heavy.
I've
It is
never heard
heavy.
of this Jedi either. I don't even remember her
Master
name.
Katri.
Katri.
Yep, that
I-
is
I-
her name.
It's not a familiar one that we've seen in Clone Wars or anything.
No, that's you're thinking of
Yeah.
Deepa Balaba? No,
yeah,
that's it's not Deepa
no,
Balaba.
no.
It's
Are you talking to the
one
guy
who
that
has
thought
That's an actual
Offie.
name?
it's like the
That's
guy
a
that didn't know
apprentice.
it was like I didn't know for sure that was Dooku. So when I heard Katri, I was like, I think I've seen that person.
You've seen the species before.
Yeah, you're thinking of
What is her name?
yeah, because it's the one that's the chick in Clone Wars who go well,
Who
that's
has
kind of a,
whose Padawan is
goes-
Barriss Offee?
Oh,
Bear's
Bear's
Office.
office.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
What is the?
what is her name?
Did you say
Barriss-
there's a
just
chicken
look
in
up,
Clone Wars?
I don't know.
No,
Fact checker, look it up.
Barriss
We're gonna
Offee's
be here a while.
master.
So try to.
They actually
figure it out.
reference her in
They did.
Rebels as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Barriss.
Well, no, Barriss's master. Who's Barriss?
Oh, yeah,
Offee's
'cause they
Jedi
go-
master.
they go find her.
Yes, Yeah.
And she did.
Don't. Did it?
Spoilers.
Luminara. Unduli.
Luminara.
Yeah, Master Katri looks a lot like Luminara Unduli. You're right.
They're
Yep.
literally
Thank
the
you,
same
fact checker.
species.
They are the same species.
Much
Yep.
appreciated.
That was the weirdest way to say appreciated. Much appreciated.
I need to watch.
And yet
that
we all
again.
understood it.
You sound
That was
like
good.
a
That was good.
Wookiee.
You sound like a Wookiee.
All right.
Oh man.
Ah.
Oh,
Nostalgia.
we have a comment.
Comment.
Sweet. I love comments.
What does the comment say?
Yeah, I don't have it
Read
up.
that comment.
It's gonna
It
crash.
says, whoops. Carla said, "Happy Star Wars Christmas."
Happy Christmas Star Wars.
Thank you, Carla.
thank you.
Happy celebration or Life Day. That's what it
That's
is.
what they celebrate in
Yeah.
Star Wars. Happy Life Day.
I thought I was going to say Celebration Day, and I'm like, that's not right.
That can't be
But
it.
happy Merry Christmas Star Wars to you.
Happy Star
Carla, thank you for watching. Long-time listener.
Christmas.
We got to get her a
Christmas.
Wookiee cookie. We've said that for many a moon. All right. Any other spoilers? We got to keep rolling on this. Let's try and stay on target for 5 seconds.
Well,
I think we need more than that.
Mace Windu, Count Dooku,
Riveting stuff.
riveting stuff.
No,
I'm full of words.
no, the music was on par. It was eerie. It was kind of dark.
Yep.
It's Dooku's descent into the dark side.
Yeah, into
That's what I really enjoy about
rejecting the Jedi Order.
this. Right.
Indeed.
You said it earlier too about Anakin. What'd you say about kind of
It's
how
like
it parallels?
it's like a pre-Anakin going to the dark side story. It's it's very parallel.
It's lit.
Like you see, how he was. I don't know. How do you even deceived
right.
into thinking he wasn't really deceived though. Every
Yeah.
point that's made so far is a valid point, and he just doesn't like the Jedi Order anymore and what they stand for.
Yeah, because Dooku has a long history because he's called Count Dooku. So he's one of the Jedi that actually knows where he came from, his
Yeah.
family and
Mhm.
everything. And that's why they call him Count Dooku, because where his homeworld, he is a count. And I
Yes.
believe he had the choice at one point to do, but he kind of still has both titles.
Mhm.
So there's a weird history there. But also the fact of him going into the dark side descent, he sees the flaws of the Jedi in a lot of ways.
Mhm.
You see him too. He's a very relatable character, and
Yeah.
his descent into the dark side, I think, is probably one of the most
Intriguing.
intriguing and well done, and the most understandable in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
I'm
I
not
would agree.
saying I would go there, obviously,
Oh,
I
I
don't
would.
believe it.
but well, Nick,
Dark
he just
side for
goes
life.
straight to the Merry Sithmas.
Merry Sithmas, you filthy animals.
Yeah, but they portrayed it really well.
Yeah.
His descent, the musical notes. There was one part where
Musical cues.
musical cues. There's
Yeah.
one part specifically where the bad guy of this episode, spoilers, it's actually who they thought were the good guys.
Yeah.
They were the ones who killed
Yeah, they were
Master
royal
Katri.
guards.
It was the royal guards because
Saw it coming.
it's similar to the last episode because he was using what was was he a senator again?
Yeah, he was a senator.
So the senator again was exploiting his own planet, kind of like the last episode, is exploiting his own planet to make profit. And so these royal guards found out about it, and they were like, "We ain't having that." I'm still a little fuzzy on why they killed. Oh, Master Katri. I missed something.
Was she onto him?
I
think
don't think
maybe
she
she-
was.
Did she figure it out, or were they going to use
I think they
him
were.
as?
They were going to use him as to put forth their own agenda.
Oh, and she.
and
found
I think
out.
she was in the way
And she found out, and that's why they killed
Yeah.
her. Right. Because they were going to
because
use
they
him.
didn't like the Jedi anyway. They don't like the Council, which is the puppet master of the Jedi.
Right, and that's what this guy says. The leader of them, Samaj, is his
They're-
name.
They're lapdogs.
Yeah, he calls the Jedi the lapdogs of the Senate. I
Yep.
mean, man, that is
Well, it's true though.
It's kind of
because
true.
because they represent.
At this time, especially.
They say they want to. They represent peace, but they're actually just there for law and order. And
But
to do the
only
Senate's
for-
bidding.
But
Yeah.
only for the rich and powerful.
Or only for the rich and powerful.
And that's what
yeah.
he says. And how they don't care, they're not actually doing justice. They're just doing what the Senate tells them.
Yeah,
And those words, there was a moment where like a bell like
Yeah.
dings.
because it
It
was
a
ringing
musical-
true.
Yeah, it was ringing true in Count Dooku's ears, which I thought
Yes.
was it was very well done.
Well, this is all building toward Count Dooku's demise, correct?
Demise, his betrayal.
Well, his betrayal of the
it's all
Jedi.
kind
That's
of
what I was thinking.
hinting that, at least that's the impression you're getting. Like you said, Anakin. It's just
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
But
But
it's-
because it's very similar, except he wasn't manipulated. He thought about this on his own.
Well, he still was.
A little bit, but
He was pushed.
it was honestly, I think it's the Jedi Order's fault for how things played out.
Yeah, definitely. They definitely have a big part of that.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah,
But it's also his checkered past
Yeah.
by what happened to him
mm-hmm.
that had sowed more distrust with the Jedi. But then he also got to see like the darker side of what the Jedi didn't take care of,
Yep.
and what the Republic was doing that was evil.
Right.
And that kind of comes back even to our society with a lot of ways. How many corrupt politicians do we have in our country? You know what I
Exactly.
mean? And people try to get them out, but can't. They're just exploiting their. It's bad.
how do you know a politician's lying?
Right.
Words are coming out of their
Words are
Yeah,
coming out of his
pretty
mouth.
much. Yeah.
It's pretty much like that in the Star Wars. It's a parallel.
Yeah.
All right, and then that's what Dooku's finding out, and that's why he's like, nothing's changing. The Jedi aren't going to change. And so he's going down this rabbit hole of, well, how are we actually going to do change?
Right.
How is this going to happen? We're going to have to actually do something. And that's why he keeps going farther and farther away. And I do think that Sidious is pushing him more and more.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
Sidious has a plan, obviously.
Right.
If you've seen Clone Wars.
Yeah. And I really liked how it was so condensed, but they give you so much.
Yeah.
He
It's very story rich.
Yeah, but when he talks to Dooku, he never includes himself in the Jedi.
You mean when he talks to Mace?
Mace.
when Dooku
sorry,
talks
I'm
to
sorry.
Mace?
When Dooku talks to Mace,
Yeah, he always says the Jedi
Yeah.
instead of us.
and then
Or
immediately
we.
after that, Mace
Yeah.
says, "We
Yeah.
are not guided by greed or
Ego.
ego." Yeah, which is I almost feel like that was a slight dig. It's funny. You can almost
Well, it is.
You can hear
because of the end of the episode.
yeah, you can hear digs at each other.
Yeah.
Like Dooku and Mace do not get along.
No.
Nah.
Where he's like, oh, you're going to be offered the Senate seat or the council seat. And he's like, well, yeah, because I stuck to the mission and you went all rogue on us.
And got a senator killed.
And it was like, Mace, you were there. Like, you're just as much to blame as he is.
Yeah, well, in some ways, I think
Guilty by association.
I think Dooku,
Justice.
Dooku was still the lead on that mission. So
He was,
Mace
but-
kind of had to follow.
He could have stepped in.
It felt like
and
he
been
threw him
like,
under
yeah,
the
we're not
bus.
doing this.
Did he throw him under the bus?
Mace,
I think he did.
I think he was just. I don't think he
He's a
necessarily
snitch.
threw him under the bus.
I just think he's just
Yeah,
not
he's a
warm-hearted.
snitch.
He's just
Snitches
like,
get
hey, look,
stitches.
I did what I was supposed to do. Like, let the results lie where they lie.
Yeah. Also, do you believe
Mace
that
is
he
like by the
didn't-
book.
that
Yeah.
he didn't know he was getting the seat until after he got back?
I do think that actually.
See, I don't. I think he knew, and they were like,
It was a test.
I think they know Dooku's like
Going.
getting edgy and they were seeing what he would do. And
Cool.
then it was just a final nail in the coffin.
Could have been.
Yeah.
I just don't see Mace outright lying like that. At least at this time frame. I know he's kind of he's almost what you'd consider a gray Jedi in some aspects, but he is so by the book, and that's why they're throwing the book at Dooku, because it was Dooku's mission. He engaged the senator and the guards with force rather than diplomacy.
Hey, but he didn't shoot the senator.
No, but his actions of forcing the senator to say what's truly happening without making sure everybody's in a safe position or whatever, with diplomacy,
right,
it made it so that a senator got killed. So I can understand it from Mace's perspective. I just don't know how Mace would have made that better. Although, I don't even think Mace wanted to go to the place.
He didn't. He just wanted the body.
Right.
Yeah.
So he was sticking to the mission so much.
But that's the problem that Dooku has.
Right.
Is like, you don't even,
and that's why
look into the corruption.
Yeah, it
you know?
shows.
Look into how she died.
Right.
Because it's like, there's no way, you can't kill a Jedi that easily.
No,
she had to have been ambushed.
She was definitely ambushed by a lot. Even whenever they got ambushed, I think the only reason they survived is because they're
There was two of them.
There was two of them for one. Yep, and they are the best.
Some of the best.
I think other than at this point, I think they are the best. Other than
Yoda.
I think Yoda's the only one that could beat either of them.
They're a power
in
couple.
duel.
They're probably similar to how when they sent Obi-Wan and Anakin somewhere, they're like, we know whatever we send them to do, they're good at done.
Yeah,
You know, it's
they'll
probably
get it
like that.
done.
Exactly.
Get her
It
done.
was an important because
Get her
obviously it
done.
involved a Jedi
Yeah.
death.
Yeah,
So
and
it's,
they needed to know.
they ain't gonna mess around with this one.
Dagobah.
You have green ears.
I know. I have Yoda ears.
Yeah, I'm Yoda. I got Yoda here.
Merry Christmas.
I think there's fleas
You
in
will
this
have-
hat because I feel something crawling on me.
Well, maybe that's just your mind going crazy.
Maybe it's just my hair.
on fire.
Becoming self-aware.
What?
Of what?
What's
I
your
don't
hair?
know what's going on
Are
anymore.
you Medusa?
Yes.
They turn into snakes.
Right.
No, but solid episode. I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I enjoyed the Dark Descent. I enjoyed, and he even talks to the guy afterwards, which I think is another step.
Yep.
You know, he engages Mace, I thought was good. Master, what does he say? Master Windu, a moment of your time, please. I love the way he did that, and how he used Jedi as like a nasty
Slang.
word. Yeah, he's like
Yeah.
Master Jedi.
Master Jedi.
And then Mace is like, "You are on this council, but we do not grant
Right.
you
And that was
Master."
it.
Yep. So
You
that was
know,
the
like,
episode.
99% of everything that could have been avoided if they just made Anakin a master.
Or if, like,
seriously,
actually,
the biggest downfall of the whole Star Wars universe is Mace Windu.
no. If you think about
He
it,
slighted Dooku. He slighted Anakin. Anakin told him that Palpatine was a Sith Lord, and Mace is like, "Yeah, okay, but you're an idiot, so go be somewhere else while we go arrest him."
really, if you think about it, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Dooku or Mace really was the catalyst for both Dooku going to
Yep.
the dark side and
And
Anakin
Anakin.
going to the
Yep.
dark. Or he was the final straw,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah,
Wow, I never thought of that. Great job, Mace.
right.
You're just
That's why I'm
sending everybody to the dark side.
like watching.
Maybe he
these,
is a Sith.
I've watched. I thought about that in the third episode, Revenge of the Sith.
It's pronounced
But-
episode.
episode. But then after watching that episode of Tales of the Jedi, I'm like, Mace is kind of a jerk.
He really kind of
I'm not gonna lie. Like,
No, lie.
yeah, he's like cold. He's almost cold and calculated.
Yeah,
yeah.
he is.
And it's like he would be
what
a
he's doing.
perfect Sith,
right.
but I guess he's a Jedi. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, I think he lacks compassion.
I think that's the biggest
Yeah.
issue.
He's the
He's a
best.
sociopath,
He's
He
the
has,
best
like, no
Sith
attachment.
recruiter.
right? He's the best Sith recruiter.
He's the
2 out of 2.
2 out of
100%. Oh my
We
gosh.
will recruit your Sith.
Right.
All right, let's rate it out of 10. What did you guys think? Danny,
10.
yo, what did you think on this episode?
I think out of 10, this one's got to be maybe 9.25.
9.25.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say.
Oh
9.25.
snap! Sorry, but I'd say 9.25. It was a solid third episode. We're almost
Yep.
halfway through this series or whatever season. Solid.
Right, it's a short one. I think, are we halfway? There's only
Yeah.
6 episodes,
There's
right?
only 6.
We are literally halfway.
The next one's Dooku, and then the 2 after that are Ahsoka. Spoilers.
Yeah, you just spoiled everything.
It's fine. They'll watch it.
What about you, Matty Moo?
Matty Moo Moo?
Christmas
about,
Matt?
about 9.5.
9.5.
9.5.
9.5.
Wow.
Wow, that's pretty high up.
Man, you're gonna like the next episode then.
I'm probably gonna hate it.
Yeah. I said 9.25.
I'm gonna say the same.
Yeah.
9.25.
And
I think
the next
there's
one will be
still room
9.5.
for improvement, but it was solid.
Yeah.
I like the action. I like the consistency. I like how they dealt with the characters, Dooku and Mace.
I like the flavor.
I like the flavor and the
Christmas
smells.
smells.
Christmas
Scents.
smells.
Yeah.
I love the scents. I
What is
love
this?
Candles.
the scents.
They make sense.
They make so much sense.
Incense. It makes sense.
All right, that
Incense.
concludes our
Coins.
spoiler review
That
of
makes
Tales
sense.
of the Jedi, Episode 3, Choices.
Choices.
We all have choices to make.
Choice.
And this is a bad one.
I've
Just
been
joking.
struck.
I
Merry
don't know if it
Christmas.
was bad.
Oh,
It
shots
was well
fired.
deserved.
That's like in Mary Poppins when they pop his hat out.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
I know. It's a good. One.
Ah, is that a Christmas music,
Chimney, chimney,
Movie?
chimney.
It kind of is.
Sort of.
or is it Sound of Music? Has that's a Christmas movie?
Well, the Sound of Music has that song in it that everybody
It's
sings
around
at Christmas time.
Could you not
Yeah, exactly.
do
That's
that
why
again?
I'm like, is that a Christmas movie?
Hey,
Not a Christmas movie.
It's-
I consider Die Hard to be
Die
a
Hard.
Christmas.
That's what I was gonna ask next.
Yeah.
Do you guys all consider Die Hard to be a
Yes.
Christmas movie?
You know why? Because it takes place during
Takes
Christmas.
place in Christmas.
It's a Christmas movie.
It's a bit of a stretch, but I'll allow it.
But I'll allow it.
No, I think it works. What about you, Dan?
I think the movie called The Battle of the Bulge is a Christmas movie as well.
Well, yeah, it's got snow in it.
It takes place at Christmas.
It does, doesn't it?
That's right.
It do.
So I think the other
doobie-doo.
one, I'm neutral. I'm Switzerland during World War II. I don't have an opinion on.
Switzerland during every war.
Hey,
They never take sides.
no, but they got a lot of guns.
And a lot of
Yeah,
bunkers.
they are all armed, and they have a very extreme tunnel system
Yeah.
in their country. They were prepared in
Also,
World War
that's where
II
they
if they were
could
going
all
to
the
try.
Nazi
I'm prepared
gold.
if we know about
And
it.
they almost they actually were teamed up with them at the beginning, but
Yeah.
Germany,
The Nazis. Yep.
but then they rebelled, and then
There
they
was-
prepared.
Where do you think all the
realized-
gold went?
They realized it wasn't going to end well if they stayed with those crazy loons.
Those loons.
Just like the Mandalorians, they stayed neutral, and next thing you
Yep.
know,
Yeah.
Dunzo,
And then they went to Argentina.
Argentina. What's your favorite Christmas movie? I want to know. Let us
Home
know in the
Alone.
comments too, everybody.
Home Alone's my favorite Christmas movie.
Ooh, that is good.
It's a classic.
That is.
I love it.
Those
so
are good.
much.
Those are
I actually
solid.
have to. I
It's a
still have to watch
solid
it this
pick.
year. That's a solid pick.
That's solid.
solid, dude.
solid.
What's yours?
What
Matt?
about you, Matt?
Probably. I like Elf, but also
Yeah, that's a good one.
the one with shoot, Santa Claus.
Oh, the Santa Claus.
Yeah, with
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen?
Allen. Because
Yeah.
Tim Allen's just
You like Tim Allen?
great.
What
He's
an
just
absolute
great.
unit of a man.
I didn't do that very good.
So anyway,
Good. There we go. That's what I was trying to go for. I
Yeah,
did.
whatever.
I can't. I got the Yoda ears, so everything
So
sounds
if,
like Yoda.
if Yoda was voiced by Tim Allen.
It's the same. Yo, Dan, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
my favorite Christmas movie. I do like It's a Wonderful Life. Did somebody say that?
No.
Okay,
That's a
But
good
it's
one.
unique
It's
to
black
you.
and white.
you can have
It's
the
old.
same favorite as other people.
it's
you
old.
can't.
It's good. When we were doing the Syril video, I wanted to use that scene in It's a Wonderful Life where he's like, "Are you gonna kiss her instead of talking her to death?"
Yeah.
It's from.
You know,
It's a
I've,
Wonderful-
I've actually only seen that movie like one time.
Really?
It's a long
Yeah.
movie. Ain't
It
it
is. It's super long.
kind
It's
of
like
long.
3 hours.
It's actually
Yeah.
not as long as you think. It's only
No.
about an hour and
Is there
20
a
minutes.
2.5?
It feels
It's like
long.
3 hours.
It's only about an hour and 20.
Maybe it's because
Really?
it's in black and white.
The only
Why have
thing-
I always thought that was long?
Yeah.
Because when you were younger, it felt
Yeah.
boring
You're
'Cause it-
probably not
and
wrong.
long.
Yeah.
He's still pretty young.
I'll Google it, but I'm pretty sure it's
He's
only
still
about an
pretty
hour
young.
and 20.
He was born this
Youngster.
millennium.
Maybe when he comes a dad, he'll understand. Are you a dad, Nick?
Down the road. No, I'm not. I'm nowhere close to being a dad.
You said
Still
it was
got
a
9
Wonderful
months.
Life, right?
It's a Wonderful Life.
It's a
yeah.
Wonderful
What
Life.
about
It's
what
kind
are
of
you like?
depressing until the
It's
end. That's the only
so
thing about that movie that it's
Yeah.
hard for me to watch almost sometimes. But it's still a really good movie.
How long?
It's yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
see, that's
that is
too
good.
long.
See, I was gonna say
That's not too long.
It's kind of low.
That's too long.
Yeah, but you're.
Yeah, but see,
entertained.
you're entertained the whole time.
Wow, you just shots fired at Dan's favorite Christmas movie.
Hey, like I
guys.
said, I've only seen it like one time through, and I don't remember much.
Maybe you need to watch it again, you humbugs.
Humbugs. What about
funny.
you, Justin? What's your favorite movie?
It's one of those movies that like has different meanings as you go through life.
Yes,
That's a good point.
As you hit different phases of your life. That's why I think every movie they suggest you should watch it every 7 years, because as you're in a different phase of life, you react to a movie in a different way.
Yeah.
So like when you're 10, you're going to react to it differently than when you're 17.
So like when you read the title, you read it ironically, and then you read it literally, and
It's like when you-
metaphorically.
100%. It's like when you watch What About Bob?
Yes.
Yeah.
One time you watch it and
That's
you're
a good
like,
one.
you feel bad for Bob, and the next time
Yeah.
you feel bad for Dr. Leo Marvin.
Doctor,
You guys ever have that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because I've never seen it.
It just depends on how your brain is react, in that time that you view it. For me, that movie, every other time I react differently. So,
That's great.
but the 7-year rule definitely took a toll on certain movies for me.
Yeah.
Fiddler on the Roof was the one that happened to me the most.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a good
Because
one.
like I watched it as a kid and I was like, yeah, it's good, but it's kind of boring. There's
Yeah.
not much.
But then you watch it
Yeah,
again, and
it's
you're like,
boring.
this is great.
But it was especially after I became a dad.
Yeah.
That's whenever that movie really stood out and the humor really shined. It's a funny movie.
Yes.
Like it's a hilarious movie. The
Yeah.
way they shot it. I especially love the scene whenever he's talking to God and he's always looking up. I love that
Yep.
part. And then the couple's always like looks like they're way in the distance.
Yeah.
It's
So
really
I love
well,
how
yeah.
they filmed it,
Mhm.
especially for the time. But Tevye, he just brings such a good role to that. I love that movie. So good.
Yeah.
And that it hit me as a dad. Like as a kid, I was like, "This is boring."
Right.
But when I watched it as a dad, I'm like, "This is the best movie ever made."
Right.
Seriously.
It's
My
great.
favorite Christmas movie. Ooh.
Was it that one? Is it
Well, you
Fiddler
said
on the
Elf,
Roof?
so every year I watch Elf, so that's it's
Yeah.
a guarantee because it's just fun, uplifting, and
It's a classic.
it's hilarious.
Yeah.
You can't not. I quote it throughout the year.
Yeah.
Matt quoted it last week, I believe. Bye, buddy.
Hope you find your dad.
It's
Buddy
the
the Elf, what's your
best.
favorite color?
Yeah, there's so many quotable lines. They struck gold. But other than that, if I had to pick a different one, I would actually say The Grinch. And actually, the 2018 version of The Grinch is fantastic. Okay, the music's a little weird because it's almost like gangster rap in some parts. Not
Yeah.
gangster rap, but it's like it was kind of odd choice. But Benedict Cumberbatch
Benedict
as
Cumberbatch.
and he does a really good job. And they
Glad you're being named
they
that.
actually have like the original story there, but they add to it just a little bit, and
Yeah.
everything they add just makes sense, and it works, and I really enjoy it. And I have a special place because it's one of my kids' first movies they saw in theaters, and
Yeah.
we've watched it ever since. So that one's probably one of my favorites of all time.
Yeah. Did you pull a dad move and fall asleep in the theater while they were
No, I
watching
did
it?
not. I did it at
Just
home.
you
was
wait,
also
son.
not.
At all. I slept through the credits.
Angela. Oh, and it did have Angela Lansbury. The fact checker reminded me,
Good call.
and she just passed away not too long ago, unfortunately. But she is fantastic, Angela Lansbury. Yeah, she solves so many murders.
I know, right?
We need her still.
You know what's crazy? This is a tangent again. We're gonna get back on
Tangent?
target.
Oh,
Don't you
boy.
worry. Murder She Wrote. We watched like an infographic. You ever seen those info things where they show like what's the top thing over like certain years?
Yeah.
So we watched one.
Is
It
it
was
Murder,
like
She
TV
Wrote?
shows, and Murder She Wrote never hit the top, but it was always in the top 10 for like 20 years or something
Yeah.
like that.
Wow.
It was crazy. I was just like, Murder She Wrote's still up there. I'm like,
Right.
holy cow, it was solid.
Hmm.
Anyway, let us know in the comments what
Murder.
your favorite Christmas movie is. Anything else you guys love about Christmas? We want to hear. We will reply to every single one of your comments. It doesn't matter how many. We love you.
You're just stressing Dan out.
I know.
You that, right?
Look,
He's
yes.
like, do we have any more comments?
Dan comes up with the best things
Where
to
are
say,
all
though.
the comments?
I'm like, how did you even think of that?
Right?
It's so funny.
See, me, I'd just be like,
You suck.
you're stupid. You're so dumb.
Humbug.
Right.
It's a pleasure to find an ironic
Right.
response to some of these people.
Yeah.
The YouTube
You
comment
idiot.
section.
Yeah. You handle it very well.
But that's true. You read some of the YouTube comments on other videos that you like,
You're
and
like,
it's like
oh.
those are
You're just
almost
like-
funnier than some of them are funnier than the video. You know what I
Right?
mean?
Oh,
Right.
gosh.
Or any video. You
You know,
just
what was-
read a comment, you start
What was
busting
that
out
video
laughing.
we were looking at the other day? They had a
Oh,
ton
my
of hilarious
Yeah.
comments.
I don't
It was
remember.
yeah, it was like Darth Vader speaking at a stormtrooper graduation or something.
Oh yeah, it was
Yeah.
it was the minor version
Yeah,
of
it was
like
oh my
the Force theme. and-
because you're like thinking about it. It's just hilarious.
Yeah. It's like
You
taking
just
happy
start-
Star Wars themes and making them dark. And
See,
it just sounded
Yeah.
like
See, you start laughing, but then you keep reading them, and it
The
makes you
comments.
laugh even harder.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like a diet diet Haribo gummy bears on Amazon. If you
Oh.
look at the reviews,
Yeah.
the
Zero
stories-
sugar ones.
Zero sugar.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Zero.
The reviews are hilarious. They tell these elaborate
like-
stories.
Yeah.
It's like, I was feeling pretty good.
Elaborate
And
toilet
suddenly-
stories.
Yeah. Suddenly I had to poop. And when I did, I didn't stop for a year.
One, yeah, there was one though that like painted this whole picture
Yeah.
about going through
Oh,
like
it
the
was like
TSA.
Yeah.
Full on
Yeah.
paragraph.
And he was all sweaty, and they stopped him and checked him, and it was
he had
like,
those. He definitely embellished it,
Yeah,
but it
he
was
did.
so funny.
but it was just like, you're just,
yeah,
when
yeah.
you imagine it, you're like, I'm dying.
Cavity search, explosive diarrhea.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all you
That's
gotta
all you
say,
really need to
and
know.
It was hilarious.
oh my god.
Painted an outline.
There's also that stuff you can.
Terrible.
There's also that stuff you can take. I think it's magnesium citrate. There was a something like that, but it's like those stories.
Don't do drugs,
You know,
kids.
they're explaining like it's
Terrible
like-
things.
At one point,
If
it
you
just
do,
says
do 'em with a buddy.
it says you meet Jesus. Is that blood? No, that's food from Thanksgiving you ate when you were 6 years old.
They're so funny. Anyway,
Oh, it's great.
this is Stay on
meet
Target,
God.
where we do everything but.
Yeah.
So,
The show's catchphrase is a show about all things, mostly Star Wars things.
yes.
So mostly Star Wars, but we definitely ramble on about
And in the
life
fine print,
and-
it says we talk about literally anything that makes us laugh.
Right.
read the fine print. If you want to watch the show, please read the fine print.
Yeah,
We-
read the
we'll put
fine
it,
print. You
disclaimer
won't
in
find
the
it, but
description.
read it, please.
You
So-
always got to read the fine print.
Read
It's
it.
so small. It's right down here in the black
Yeah.
space of the video.
That'd be hilarious if somebody made a video and like zoomed in and it actually does say stuff.
We should do it.
like,
We should
wait
make
a
a
minute.
video now that has it zoom in and then.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving on.
Oh, okay.
Just like Rudolph in the snowstorm
Yeah. When he's got to poop.
when he's eating the zero sugar.
With zero
Haribo
sugar
gummy
Haribo
bears.
gummy bears.
They are getting through Christmas
Sugar free.
fast.
That's what it is. It's sugar free ones.
Oh man, Santa's in the back of that. That's bad.
That's pretty gnarly.
I mean, you think about the people when there's like horses anywhere, they always stop to pick stuff up. You
Yeah.
know, who's doing that for Santa? You know, they land on the roof. It's just dump on the roof all the time. So people, summer comes, they're like, what the heck happened on my roof?
No, the thing they don't show is the diapers he puts on all of them.
Yeah. No, it's Christmas magic. It's a Christmas magic diet. They're
it
not
just
allowed to go.
dissolves.
We went on.
It just dissolves.
The magic pixie dust is just like tinkle.
Right?
They're like unicorns. And they poop like rainbows or something.
Oh my God.
No,
Poop
it's-
candy.
They candy canes.
No, it's the coal that goes into the naughty kids.
Oh,
Yeah.
so he's got unlimited supply.
Oh, this chocolate is great. Mm.
Gross.
Oh.
We went on a sleigh ride, and you know what I forgot about during sleigh rides was
That horses poop.
yeah.
Yep.
Speaking of a sleigh, I was like, this is really magical, and then you get a whiff of that,
Yeah,
and
and
you're
you're
just like, this isn't as magical.
This isn't great.
It still was good, but it was like,
Yeah.
ooh, that's rough.
Kramer
I was
and his
sitting right
beefarino.
in front of them too.
Oh,
What,
behind
Dan?
him.
I just said Kramer and his beefarino. You guys remember that one?
I don't remember that.
All right, it's a Seinfeld
we gotta watch it.
throwback.
We'll have to watch it.
It's for old
Seinfeld.
people that were alive in the 90s.
Right?
I was alive, guys.
I was alive in the 90s.
You were like,
You don't
Am I
count.
old?
You
I
are
think
not.
You were 1 when that episode came out.
Probably.
Matt was negative 12.
Yeah.
Pretty
Negative
much.
20.
What year did it come out?
And I was like
10?
6.
I'm just gonna guess like 1996.
Yeah.
yeah, I was like 6.
5 years before I was born.
Yeah.
I was a few years old.
Anyway.
Anyway, now that you all know our ages,
Yeah.
we're gonna move on to Meme of the Week, baby.
Meme
It's one of
of
our
the
favorite sections. It's a new one. It's one that we do sometimes when we feel like it. So get over that. All right, Dan's again. Oh, there it is.
Oh my
the first one. This
the first
week
one.
is the memes of the week.
Memes of the week. I'm sorry, I
Memes of the
mispronounced. Memes of the week.
Yeah, this is
Someone
great.
said their animated Mace Windu figure looked like handsome Squidward, and now I can't unsee it. That is
so
so
good.
true. That's the Clone
Why'd
Wars
they
version
do
of
it
Mace
like that?
Windu.
Honestly, like, where did they even get that action figure? Because I want to buy it and paint it that color.
To look like,
Yeah.
oh man!
He's beautiful.
If you haven't watched that episode of SpongeBob,
Oh, it's
check it out. It's
great.
hilarious.
It
Look at
is.
it.
I think it's like one of the best last episodes that
Right.
were good.
Yeah, they don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's just dumb.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
this is stupid. Like, they aren't even clever about it anymore.
Right. SpongeBob
Yeah.
used to be clever.
We'll
at
save
least.
that one for our last.
dumb.
Right. Save that one for last.
All right, next one.
Yes.
You had such a happy childhood. You used to put
put me in tires and roll me down the hill. Those were good years.
dad joke.
Stabs him.
He gets stabbed for the
Stabbed him.
dad joke.
Oh,
That's
I
solid.
love that one.
goodness.
That's
That is
solid.
brutal.
I think we can read this one. It's going to be small for you
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, I cannot read that.
Oh, it's reversed. Why is it reversed?
Oh,
Is
it
it?
is, isn't it?
Yeah. There we go.
Wow, that
God,
was
That's
impressive.
Nailed it. How New Hope could have
Uh,
ended in
In
5
5
seconds.
seconds. Let's see if we can zoom in
Yeah.
and scroll
Whoa.
down.
Wow.
Now that the Death Star is complete, it is the ultimate power in the universe. All there is to do now is get rid of you. Then he turns his lightsaber on.
what are
what are
you
you doing?
He just drops
just
it.
drops it through the floor. I just love how he keeps saying
The guy looking up at him
yeah.
on the floor below.
He's just like
The red light going off.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. Hey, can we stop at Space Walmart? I need a new lightsaber.
Yeah, he just blows up the Death Star. Like
so
a
true,
smug
though.
look
Right?
on
Yeah,
his
he's just
face,
like,
too.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that.
You think you're so smart?
Matt's like,
You
that was
stupid.
my idea.
All right.
I
and then
don't
the-
did
Oh,
that.
you
I
reversed
did
it
it backwards
again.
again.
There you go.
Wow.
I don't know why I did that. That was weird.
Because you did.
I just love how he keeps going,
uh,
Oh, man.
All right,
Papa
the
Pal's
last
gonna
one
have
is
my head for
the,
this
the
one.
Christmas
Right.
one, right?
Yes, Christmas.
Yes.
And it reads,
Let's put it
I
up
could have
here.
read it. You could have just put it back.
nice.
Put it back to how small it was.
This is skills
I know
on
what
the
you're
go,
getting
though.
for Christmas this year. How could you possibly know that? I felt your presence. His face. He's like,
He's like so mad.
That's not true.
That's
impossible.
No, I have
Search
before.
your feelings. You know it to be true. Sir. Wait. I don't know. Sir.
All right.
SpongeBob.
That's been memes of the week.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching
Mayonnaise
that
of the
section.
way.
We always enjoy those.
These are-
Well, they're just
are
fun.
good.
They're just
They are.
fun. I love memes.
We should make our own.
We need to.
Yeah.
Well,
We got
the
some
fact
gifs out
checker's
there.
got the gifs
We got
going
the
on.
GIF gifts.
Yeah.
GIF gifs?
GIF.
Let us know in the comments. Do you
Difficuties.
pronounce it GIF or GIF? Let me know. I want to know.
Yeah.
Let us
Technically,
All right.
it's pronounced GIF. I
Hey.
say GIF.
GIF?
I say GIF. It's pronounced GIF, though.
I like peanut
the guy
butter.
who made him said it's GIF, and I'm like, you're an idiot.
Then
Why
spell it
don't
with
you
a
just
J.
Yeah, why don't you just put a J then? You dumb.
Yeah,
He's
my name's
being,
my name's Jerry with a G.
He's being,
That's why. That's
he's
why he
being
did it.
unreasonable.
It's Gary.
Yeah, Gary. Jerry. Gary. All right.
Wow, Jerry.
We're gonna
Take a
have a
minute.
What are
year-end
we doing?
review, but first
Yeah.
we got a short video for you guys to watch. I think you're gonna enjoy it because we all did here. Check this out. We'll be right back after this.
Yeah, those two are gonna.
There's just their roads are
crossing.
gonna.
They're at a
past-
crossroads.
they're at a Rick's Road crossroad.
Rick's Road Crossing.
And they finally meet in the season
to the
finale at
Right.
the Rick's Road crossroad. And we totally called that he was going to save her because it's the only way that she's ever going to go out with him. And
Right.
he still didn't help her catch Andor, but he saved her life.
Yeah.
Hey, what's that
And
worth?
she's like, it's you. But how? And he's like, you were in trouble.
Yeah.
You were in trouble.
Super creepy, but super smooth.
And then he said Syril Karn again.
yeah, he's
That's
like,
hilarious.
Cyril Karn. She's like,
like,
yeah, I know that.
Yeah, I know that.
Zero coin.
Just like it.
I guess I should thank you.
I should say thank you. You don't have to.
They almost kissed.
And then we were like,
I
kiss
was
him
ex-
on the
I
mouth.
was
Cut for
expecting
sure.
them to kiss. I was like,
It-
this is the moment.
And you know what I just realized?
It's paying off for Cyril.
It's really he made his move and he did a good job.
And he
man.
stuck to it.
He stuck the
He
landing.
stuck to his
man.
creepy guns.
He was like a.
Creepy- It worked though. It worked.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
if you're an ISB
I mean-
agent, you got to do something to stand out. Am I right?
I mean,
It's true. You got to be passionate about your job. You got to be able to risk everything to
He
look like an
literally-
idiot in front of your lady.
He's falling head over heels.
I mean,
for her.
It's so funny though because Syril, you gotta love the guy because of his mom, and he's like just a teenager. He took the credit card to get to see Dedra.
Yeah, that was his main mission. And he's like, it's her.
He's like, well, if Cassian's there, then that means Dedra will be there. That means I'll have a chance to shine. Yeah. And he saw her twice walking on the street. He was like,
That's what you got to do, folks. If you want a woman to like you, you got to save her from certain death.
And steal your mom's credit card.
It's sad in some ways.
Yeah.
That this is literally the best love story we have got since the Disney has taken over Star Wars. It just doesn't seem like it works.
Yeah.
But it does. What a great video.
Jokes.
It was a good video.
It was.
Great. Dan, you knocked it out of the park again. Dan kills it.
we had to wrap up the trilogy anyway for season 1 because that was basically the entire arc of Syril and Dedra.
Yeah, for season 1. You had a 3-act arc right there.
Yep.
Was it 3, right?
Yep.
3-arc act.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, it's
Man.
a full trilogy.
It's a full trilogy. So
Because
good.
Syril was like a nobody, and then maybe it was
Now.
No. We did a Syril intro, and then all of a sudden Syril was in love with Dedra, so we started that one.
Yeah, and we were joking, and then it.
And then
happened.
we kept predicting like a
Maybe
week in
4.
advance. We're like, well, we didn't. I don't know if we saw
I
them.
thought we did 4 episodes.
We were hoping that he
No,
would
we did
like
3.
go for it, and then
Well,
he creepily stalked her, and then
And now he's on her radar.
Well, the funny thing too was like we predicted most of what happened.
Yeah.
Like we called
I
it
was like, dude, they're gonna
like
end up
episodes
together.
beforehand.
Yeah.
And that's what was so funny in so many ways.
yes,
And it's still hilarious the fact that that's the best love story we've got. And Disney Stars is
Right.
the bad guys.
Yep.
It's creepy as all
And
get
it's
out
super
too.
creepy.
But
It's
so
creepy
funny. And
good.
Dan just nails the music, everything.
Right.
That's so funny. That
That
song
part's
always
fun.
gets stuck in my head too.
I know.
I see you, girl.
Baby, I've been
That's what
walking.
stalker. This is like the stalker song.
Yeah, it
I see
is.
you,
It
girl.
literally is. If you listen to that whole song, it's pretty
It's
stalkerish.
exactly this.
Right.
It's like it was written for those two.
Yeah,
weirdos.
yeah. It was. I should have just named it Syril and Dedra.
Right. Stalker.
All right.
Did you just start
What
the
was that?
lawnmower?
Yeah, was that the chainsaw or the lawnmower?
He just started the lawnmower, or he became Popeye. I'm not sure which.
Cracking open
What was the
spinach.
Oh, I thought you were cracking the whip. I was like, where did the whip come from?
No. Spinach.
Cell phones off. Fact checker.
Magical. I hope they heard that.
I
'cause
hope
that
they
was
heard
great.
that. You threw off our groove.
I'm sorry, but you've thrown.
No, we
off
throw off our
everyone's
own groove enough. Into a year in review of Star Wars. I just hit puberty.
All right. Gosh, what is
Oh,
wrong
man.
with you?
A lot.
Wrong with this kid?
Sometimes I don't think I know you.
I don't know me.
I don't know me.
ain't
You
seen
don't know
my
me,
guy.
and I know that you know that I don't know me.
What?
Mind warp.
You heard me.
Yeah.
Circles. No, we're gonna review quickly these the shows. Everything that,
The
well,
shows.
not everything that came out in Star Wars, but every show that came out in Star Wars this year that we reviewed.
Yeah.
We're gonna rank them from worst to best. Worcestershire to Bestshire.
Worcestershire. It was the Worcestershire. It was the Bestshire. The opening of Lord of the Rings.
Bestshires.
It was the
It was the
Worcestershire.
Worcestershires.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Lord of the Rings jokes. You gotta love them.
Uh-huh.
But back to Star Wars.
Yeah.
Star Wars.
So the shows that we reviewed and that came out mainly this year, I think there was a few other ones, but we didn't really touch upon them. They didn't really hit a bunch on the radar.
Those were the big shows. Actually, Book of Boba Fett, I forgot, dropped
In December.
in December technically,
Yeah.
but it finished in
So
January,
we can
February.
just cut that one out, right?
So we can just
don't
delete
need it
that one out of the
anyway.
game.
It's like an abscess
Yeah.
for a tooth.
Except
All
for episode 5.
Yeah, because that was
Right.
season 3 of The Mandalorian.
Yes, it was.
That was the opening.
Episode 1, season
episode.
3.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to quickly run through all the episodes or the shows in order of release.
Running
And
through.
Dan, why don't you start us with the synopsis of the first one?
The synopsis.
Oh, of Boba Fett. Can you give us a quick synopsis of what you
Boba
remember
Fett?
what happened in Boba Fett?
I remember Boba Fett was like lost in the desert for a long time with the Sand People. He got to know them.
Yep.
Interesting.
Best
Had a
part of the
little-
show right there.
Little flashback, and then all of a sudden we're like bouncing back from present day to whatever. Present day, he's kind of a little wuss chicken. He's trying to
He's talking too much.
He's trying to regain his leadership in Mos Eisley. Was it? No, it was somewhere else.
Moss. it was
Mos Eisley.
It wasn't Moss Eisley. It was Moss something else.
Espa?
Moss Espa.
I think
Is
it was
that
Mos.
it?
I don't remember. But there was tension.
That's how bad the
we
show
got
is.
to see
Yeah.
some. We got to see the
Pretty sure it's Moss.
other
It wasn't though.
Chewbacca character.
Oh yeah.
We got to see Chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum.
We got to see
Chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum. We got to see some
Secret
weird
Santa.
people
Did you
riding
say
around.
He was
Did
pretty
you just
dope
say
star.
Secret Santan?
No, he
Chris-
said chrysanthemum.
I thought you said Secret Santan.
Like-
I was like,
I
that was
wish.
good. Christmas edition. Sorry.
Like
You know.
chrysanthemum.
It
All right.
kind of, anyway, we were excited because they left off season 2 of Mando with this. With Boba Fett sitting on the throne with the girl that was with him, the
Fennec.
sniper, Fennec Shand. It's like, oh, this is going to be epic. He's going to be kicking some tail. And then all of a sudden he has no plans. Everybody's telling him what to do. He falls on his face over and over.
Yep.
The show didn't leave like his little house. And then like we saw this weird chase sequence on like Vespas, the
They were
Vespa
going
Espas.
at least 10 miles an hour.
That was,
but it was a high speed
that whole
chase.
thing was painful.
The Power Rangers.
And then all I remember really was episode 5 when Mando showed up, and then it was
Yeah.
like, and then Boba Fett wasn't even in it at
That
all.
was the highlight.
That was
of
the
show.
best part of the show.
And then the Mando episode actually made Boba Fett season 1 or whatever, if they're going to do another one,
Yeah.
worth watching because you got to zoom into 5 and then part of 6.
Yeah.
They kind of continued the Mando storyline to redeem the show. I think Boba Fett was originally only going to be like 5 episodes or something,
Right.
and they realized this isn't good enough because every.
I don't think they
trash.
should.
And then the final episode, we're like,
released
okay,
it.
well, maybe it'll all come together in the final battle as all the Hutts and all the people were there. No, who was it they were trying to ended up fighting at the end?
Yeah, no, it was the Huts.
Well, it was the crime syndicates were
Yeah,
showing
it was
up too.
the
Anyway, that's not a very short
Pikes.
synopsis.
It was the Pikes.
But
no, I mean
it
there was a lot
was-
that
I
happened.
mean, that
though.
was pretty much it.
But basically, the final episode was laughable because
was.
it was this weird, like all in the same street, running
like
and
3
tripping over
times
each
in a
other.
row.
Yeah.
It did not end well,
Yeah,
and
it
Mando
wasn't
kind of clearly upped, like, or what's the word, upstaged Boba Fett, like
Oh,
Yep.
times
In
a
his own
thousand,
show.
and they tried to put them together back to back, like this epic moment, and you're like, Boba just doesn't have it anymore. They
No.
kind of ruined Boba Fett's epicness
Yes.
by explaining his backstory in kind of a weak way. How did he get out of the Sarlacc pit? He just kind of climbed out.
Climbed out.
Yeah,
just
it was
did it.
stupid.
I like the explanation better in.
Oh yeah, in Legends.
Robo-
Legends.
Yeah, Legends or any the Robot Chicken, anything. I'll
Right.
take any of it.
Literally any other one.
So Boba Fett was not a complete washout because of the Mando episode,
And also Cad Bane.
and Cad Bane.
Yeah.
But it was kind
But
of
they
sad
still didn't
'cause
even handle him very well.
he
to
killed
be honest.
Cad
No,
Bane.
but I mean, at
And-
least we see it in a live action version of Cad Bane.
yeah, that was cool.
And he's probably going to be back because he's not dead. He can't
But
die.
If
It's like super old too.
He's impenetrable.
it was not a great start. Like
It
we
wasn't.
were all like, "Oh, come on, this has got to be great," because Mando was great.
Yep.
And then it really, the more you thought about it, the more you're like, I don't think it's great. And thank goodness, as 2022 progressed, we did get great Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's the end of that.
Finally.
Yep, nice job. That's yeah, a lot on that one. And if you want more detailed reviews, we have all of those episodes up on our channel
Yeah.
to watch.
We even
review
have
all
some
of them.
non-spoiler ones on the chat, and then somebody commented like, "You guys took 30 minutes to get into the non-spoiler review." And we're like, "That's what we do here.
That's what we do here.
That's how we're not
Sorry.
good at non-spoilers."
Yeah, we have a tough time with that.
Yeah. Staying
But-
on track. Like a train.
Like a train track.
Like a train.
And the next one that came after that was, oh my goodness,
Obi Flop Kenobi.
Obi Flop Kenobi. And Nick, why don't you give us the synopsis for
All
this
right.
one?
So like the prequel trilogy.
Wait, Nick,
What's
hold
up?
your horses.
What
we
are
have
we
a
waiting for?
comment.
What's our comment?
It is Zarhimoto.
Sarimoto.
Saying, y'all look amazing. Just
Yeah.
joining in and enjoying your year review.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining in.
Review.
We appreciate you being here with us. Another longtime listener, friend of the show.
Yeah.
Thanks for being here. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right, now
Merry
give us that
Christmas.
synopsis.
Okay, so as I was saying, you know the prequel trilogy?
No.
How there was a beginning, middle, and an end? And you know the you know the book on Obi-Wan that they wrote? Yeah, they threw all that out. And what we got was a dumpster fire of a show. So, yeah, I mean, like literally it was garbage.
What
it was
happened?
just garbage on fire. Well, we find Obi-Wan and he's got to go protect Princess Leia, who's a child. But doesn't really make sense because in the original trilogy, she acts like she doesn't know who the guy is. So it was like, that's strike one. And then all the Jedi are being hunted by Inquisitors.
Sabretooth.
Yeah, Sabretooth. Exactly. And the Inquisitors are even
That move
laughable.
she does, man.
Oh my gosh. And then, yeah, there's chase scenes.
Chase scenes.
They got, if you even want to call them chase scenes, they're on the same level as that
Acme,
Speed walking.
scooter
Looney
chase scene in
Tunes.
Boba Fett.
Yeah.
But they showcase Reva, the Inquisitor, the bestest Inquisitor ever. Because she's a female. I mean,
Black female.
Okay,
Don't
cool.
forget that.
yeah, I mean,
you cannot
cool.
have any
Even
bad
the
thoughts.
show started out with her, and it was like, whose show is this? See, this is the problem with Disney Star Wars nowadays. They can't figure out what story they're going to tell, so they're going to put a big name to it. And if it's garbage, they'll be like, oh, well, at least people will like it because it's Obi-Wan. It's like, no, we don't. We don't.
It gets people to watch it initially,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they can build hype around this fake trailer, around this fake show that doesn't exist.
Yep.
And we're like, Obi-Wan trailer looks pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good
And it
show.
did.
And then you wake
But that
up
was
and
editing.
then it's Reva 1 Kenobi, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, no.
It was-
Literally, it was
Reva
the
and Princess Leia.
Reva
Princess
show.
Baby Leia.
It's
Yeah.
Baby
Baby
Leia and Reva show is what
Yeah.
they tried. 'cause
Also, another
women power.
that other laughable chase scene with
my
little Leia.
There was like
It's like
three chase
the guy.
scenes.
They don't run faster than a child, a 5-year-old who's
Goofies.
pretending to be 8 or 10. How old was she supposed to be? She's supposed to be
I don't
10,
even know.
but she was like 6.
She looked like she was like
And
5.
it was like, there's no way that kid is 10. Yeah.
What
Like,
else happened?
Yeah.
That's how
It's-
bad this show is. We
it's-
can't even get through a synopsis.
Like literally,
without-
I don't even know how to explain it
tearing
other
it
than
apart.
it was a dumpster fire. There's another face off between Obi-Wan and Vader, which pretty much undoes the last one that
Yeah.
was in Revenge of the Sith. It's like you didn't really need to have them meet again.
Oh, and that
With some
fight
OP
before.
rock throws.
Remember
Yeah.
they were like fighting in like somebody's like rock quarry,
Yeah, no, that was it.
and he just
It
kept
was like,
running around mounds, and
it's
you had
like,
no
what are
idea
you-
where they were going or
What
what
are
was
you
happening.
doing? Also, yeah, like, why are you running? It doesn't make any sense. None of it makes sense.
It was written by people that have no idea what Star Wars was. They just
Yeah.
were making up crap as they went
It
along.
was. It was like, hey, you know Star Wars? Yeah. We're going to make a show about Star Wars. Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool. Who's it about? Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh, yeah, he's a great character. Yeah, see, we're going to take everything that we've learned about him, and we're just going to throw it out. And we're going to start our own thing, and it's just going to be this woke agenda
Yeah.
all over the place, and it's going to be great. And the person's like, what? 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 It doesn't matter what you think. We're going to do it anyway.
We're gonna take the most anticipated character that people have been
It was just
clinging
it was a-
on to see for years.
It was
like
a
literally
headache.
since Disney bought it, everybody has been the most excited for Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And then they were like, yeah, he's not even the main character.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's a side character
He's like,
in his own show.
we're gonna base everything around his name and name only. Like he's
Yeah.
in it, and we kind of go through things that he's in, but it's not really about him. It's more about Reva and
Yeah, and Reva also
Baby-
takes.
Princess Leia.
She almost takes down the what's his name, the Inquisitor,
Oh
The
yeah,
head
that
Inquisitor.
was so. Oh,
and it's like
Well, she
the
did.
Grand Inquisitor, and it's like
she
yeah,
did.
She kind
Yeah,
of
he's
did,
in-
and inexplicably he
but
survived.
he's in Rebels, so we know he didn't die.
right.
So it was just kind of like
yeah,
that
spoilers for all these, by the way.
whole.
Sorry, we didn't say that.
It was subverted. It was subversion. It was like, oh, we got to show how much of a Mary Sue this character is, without any explanation whatsoever.
And then Obi-Wan couldn't do anything because he was on babysitting duty.
Yeah,
literally
exactly.
babysitting duty.
He had his hands and legs tied behind his back on babysitting duty. And so he's too busy. We'll
Winnie
go to
the
Reva.
Pooh duty.
Yeah. Oh bother.
Yes.
And then yeah. But by the end of it, it's literally the Reva show. Because it's her whole like, oh, she's an inquisitor and she wants revenge on Anakin for what he did at the Jedi Temple, and so she tries to kill him and he stabs her and then she lives because plot armor. And so
She got stabbed twice. Once
Yeah.
as a child,
Yeah.
so
Once as a
removed
child,
probably a bunch
she
of organs.
she probably died
and then
and was turned into a machine
Right.
at that point.
and then she apparently either she got stabbed in the exact same spot
yeah.
and it was all just mechanics in there anyway.
Yeah.
I don't even know. It doesn't
I don't know. And,
None
yeah,
of it
and
makes
then
sense.
she
They did the
lives,
same
and
thing
it's
with-
like, is there no consequence? Thank you. Is there no consequence for anything anymore? It's like Marvel in their movies.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're gonna kill this character off, but he's not really dead. We're just gonna
Verisimilitude.
We're just gonna make you. Yeah.
That's where they did the exact opposite. Like you can mirror these two shows with the following two shows.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
you can literally 180 them and be like, the things that we just have no explanation for, like how do you get stabbed with a lightsaber and die and not die?
Yeah.
Okay, that's impossible.
Exactly. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I'm not being succinct with my, synopsis, but that's because this show was all over the place.
It was, yeah.
It was so confusing to follow. And I was like, what are they doing with these characters? It's like, it's obviously somebody's in charge here that's never watched a Star Wars movie in their life.
Right.
And they were just like, oh, let's just make a adaptation of a young adult novel. And that's what they did.
They like
They're just like,
loosely-
let's just put the Star Wars name on it. And that's what we're going to do. So yeah, it was just,
How's it end?
it was laughable. I honestly don't remember.
Okay, so
Reva
like,
Skywalker.
Yeah, Reva Skywalker. Pretty
so
much.
also like Darth Vader, he fights Obi-Wan. And Obi-Wan wins again.
Yeah. Which you didn't need that fight to
And
begin with.
that was like
it's completely pointless.
It was like Super Saiyan
yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
It was like, what is happening
Yeah.
right now?
He's like, oh, like Darth Vader's going to kill him, but he's not going to make sure he's dead. He's just going to bury him under a bunch of rocks.
Oh.
And that's it.
And then he pulls like a Ray move and
Yeah.
like blows all the rocks up, walks out, and they're all floating around him. I'm like, Super Saiyan!
Right. Super
Obi-Wan! Yeah! That's like what it felt like.
Yeah.
It was
And
laughable.
Seriously, though, how
And
does that show end?
And then they still shoehorned the part where Reva's trying to kill Luke.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
right.
that's right.
We
That's
saw
the
little
very
Young
end.
Luke.
We liked young Luke
I mean,
because he wasn't in it and they didn't ruin him.
originally the show, I believe, was supposed to be about, before they made all these stupid woke edits,
Yeah.
originally the show was supposed to be about, or it was supposed to be a movie, and it was supposed to be about Obi-Wan protecting Luke.
Mm-hmm.
Leia was never in the picture.
Yeah.
There was no Reva, as far as I know. They added those characters in for the show to make it longer, but they sucked it up.
Oh, I forgot
Also,
about
the
her
children torture scene, or the
Oh, yeah.
interrogation
Yep.
scene. They played Leia like she was already 18,
Yeah.
which is stupid.
Yeah.
There's so many things that are just terrible.
Also,
So,
Reva's
the show-
whole acrobatic
oh my goodness.
montage.
There are more moments in this show that you just laugh at
Dude,
than
it
are like.
it just doesn't make sense.
I can only think of like
Nothing
maybe
about it
one or
makes
two
sense.
positive things of this entire show, but the rest. And
Jimmy Smits.
Jimmy Smith's
back.
positive.
That was probably the strongest role of the whole thing.
right.
We got to see some flashback moments with Anakin and Obi-Wan.
That was decent,
and
although it was,
also the clone troopers.
they
But
should have done a better
there
job
was-
of de-aging,
yeah,
but it was still cool to see them.
yeah, there could have been more with the clone troopers.
Order
I would've loved that.
66 happening was
Yep.
pretty cool,
Yeah,
and I mean we're literally hitting like every single highlight of the show,
Mhm.
and then
At the
Qui-Gon
very,
Jinn,
very end, yeah.
the Qui-Gon Jinn at the end
Yep.
was probably the best part of the show. I was like, they should have just started there.
yep, exactly.
Yeah, they should have.
Like, show us him being depressed and then start with Qui-Gon.
Yeah.
And you cut out everything else. And it broke canon. It didn't make sense. Nothing fit together. It was woke, hot garbage that nobody cared about. It wasn't interesting. People didn't follow it. It was stupid. It was a show that should have never been made.
And it shut a lot of people off of Star Wars.
yeah, it did.
It did.
Almost us, to be honest.
Yeah, that
Almost
was
us.
We almost fell off the bandwagon. Thank
And then
goodness we did not. Because
Came
we
the best show.
right.
Yeah.
We got our payoff.
Yes.
So that was Obi-Wan. And then what came after that, which, again, we all said throughout this whole time was, if you were to pick between Boba Fett, Obi-Wan, and Andor, Which one do you think would be best? Nobody would have.
Nobody said Andor.
Nobody said Andor. I think we even asked that question like last year,
Yeah.
and we all no, we're like Andor. It's just like a prequel to a prequel. It's dumb. Like
Right. We already know
Who
what's gonna
cares? We
happen.
already know what's
Like,
gonna
And
happen.
we were like, oh no, they're gonna do the same woke-ish stuff that they
Yes,
did the other two.
right. Yeah.
We for sure were like, that's gonna go that way, and not that it didn't to some degree, but
it's
Slightly.
tiny.
not the degree of the other two shows. You know,
Still
to
too
where,
much,
to
but
where it
not as bad.
destroyed
I
the
need none of it.
not to where it destroyed the show or the plot of the show. You know, it didn't usurp the entire like Andor, and then all of a sudden it's like some random other character that we don't care about.
Right.
Yes.
Andor.
There it is.
So Matt,
Andor.
you want to give us the synopsis of Andor?
It was a good show.
Yep. There you go. That's Matt's opinion.
Give Matt's
my
version of what
synopsis.
happened through the show.
Matt can give the shortest synopsis. I bet you.
I
Do
bet.
it. Let's
Yeah.
go for Matt. He actually will do it.
Because I am limited to words.
2 words. He's writing a dictionary and he's limited to words.
Well, I didn't watch the first 3 episodes, to be honest. Still haven't. So,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
so first 3 are out. We don't have to worry about that.
Oh boy. This is great.
I have a terrible memory, so just memorizing things at all is difficult.
Memorizing things, yeah.
So let's see.
Just pretend you're not in
They
front of a million
do
people.
they're on the planet. They're doing a rebellion thing.
Yep, there you go.
Yep. They
Yeah, good
steal.
start.
They steal money. I don't know, some sort of money.
Yeah, credits.
Credits.
The Imperial,
Not-
what is it?
Not sure how
Payroll.
they plan to steal all of them, but
But they don't.
They don't.
They plan on
Anyway.
to crap real quick.
Multiple people died
Yeah.
really quick in a few short episodes there.
And they stayed dead.
And they stayed
They
dead.
actually
Yeah.
did stay dead.
Because there's consequences for your actions.
What else?
He shoots a lot before
He
asking
shoots,
any questions.
Yeah, he shoots first and asks questions later.
Yeah.
He goes to prison.
And then wonders why he doesn't get answers.
Yep.
What else is next? Is the
He goes to
prisons
prison.
the
Prison's
next?
next,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so prisons. Those are cool scenes. Those are probably some of the best scenes.
Probably some of the best
And
episodes.
Star
prison
Wars.
escape.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Keno Lloyd can't swim.
fantastic.
No swimming.
No
for
swimming.
Keno Lloyd.
He gone.
Friendships, new friendships.
Yeah.
With what's his name? I don't remember the guy's
Melshi.
name.
Melshi.
Yes.
Who was also in
Melshi.
Rogue One.
Rogue One, yeah.
Yes, I don't remember that movie.
I don't remember that movie. I never watched it.
No,
It's Star
I think
Wars.
I've watched it, but
Once.
yeah, that's all you need.
Yep.
What else?
His mom dies.
And then,
Bring us
Mom
home.
and then all
Badass.
roads lead to Syril and Dedra. I
Yep,
don't know.
all roads
Oh,
lead
yeah.
to Rick's Road.
The good old, what's it called? Show with Syril and his mom.
Cereal and
Oh, yeah.
Syril and his mom.
Cereal carnage.
Yeah.
Cyril Carnios.
And then a anticlimactic battle at the end that didn't go as good as I hoped, but it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, it wasn't the best, but it was still better than both Obi-Wan and Boba
Yes.
Fett combined.
Yeah.
Yes, still
Like everything
better.
in those shows.
It didn't blow us away like the rest of the show, but
Right.
it was still solid.
It was super solid,
Super solid.
semi-solid.
the
Especially Dedra and
Yeah,
the speech his mom gave.
Oh,
was
yeah.
solid.
that was
the best part of the
because
episode. Probably.
it was motivating. It was
Yeah.
like, yeah, right on. Let's
Yeah.
go fight some
Let's
people.
kill some people.
Yeah, let's not pick up their guns though. That would be
yeah, I know. There's just some
Like
question
we're
marks.
almost
Let's
we're at
make it
98%.
very
The
difficult.
last 2% is pick up the guns and shoot.
Where thanks for that, Matt. Good job with the
Yeah.
synopsis there. That's not easy. But
It's not.
the biggest thing for Andor versus Boba Fett and especially Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan was like
This should have been so
95%
much better.
was terrible, and there was like 5% that was all right.
Yep.
And then this show was like 95% was awesome, and there was like 5%,
5%
that
was
you were
bad.
like,
Mhm.
I could do without. It wasn't even terrible, but it just was like, I didn't really need
It
that.
was just like there's no point.
Right. There's so much. I mean, we could go so much more in depth in Andor. And we do have, for both Obi-Wan and Andor, we have reviews of every single episode that you can watch on our channel. We got them all there, more in depth. All right. And the last show that came out was
It actually came out. I think it
kinda
came out before
the
Andor.
ending of Andor.
Yeah.
But it
In
was
our
called,
world, we watched it
called Tales of
kind
the
of
Jedi.
post haste.
yeah, Tales of the Jedi.
And now it's your synopsis turn.
Now it's my synopsis. So, well,
We
can't
haven't
really-
spoiled it though. What's he gonna do?
I can't really.
You can't do it.
Oh.
Can't do it.
So,
I see what you did there.
Yeah. My synopsis is it's
It's a
quick,
Wonderful Life.
it's a quick format show done by Dave Filoni.
Yep.
And
gotta be
it's
good.
in the same animation style as the Clone Wars, but I think it's a little
I think
bit
it's
better.
better.
It's
yeah.
definitely a better version, but it follows
I'd say
specifically two Jedi.
Yeah.
They both have kind of 3 arcs. One split into 2 different sections, kind of bookends,
Yeah.
and there's one right in the middle, and it is done very well. I enjoy it. One is an ascent to greatness, and the other one is descent into sadness in a lot of ways.
Yep.
Into
Depression. It'll get
So
Into Sith-
that's kind of my synopsis.
Yep.
Of Tales of the Jedi.
Also, there needs to be a lot more episodes next year, Dave Filoni.
Yeah.
I'm calling you out.
Mm.
You need to make
Please.
like 20 episode seasons.
All right,
And just focus on one Jedi at a time.
rapid
or
fire.
Sith. Or Sith.
Well, I think it should be called Tales of the Sith. I
Yeah.
think the next
2
one should be called-
shows.
or they
one
do
for
both.
each of
They do
them.
Tales of the Jedi 2.
Yeah.
They do Tales of the Sith.
Yeah.
And they do Tales of the Sith 2, you know?
And then they do Tales of the
Shot it.
Grey Jedi.
that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be
Shot it.
awesome. I would like that.
I would love it.
He should go Old Republic too.
Ooh.
That would be cool.
Dave Filoni doing an Old Republic
Yes.
show. A live action Old Republic show.
Ooh, they need to do that.
Or in the animation of the video game The Old Republic.
Yeah,
That
they
animation.
need to be
Yeah.
given more Star
That
Wars.
needs
the
to
people
be
who
given
do
more
that.
Star Wars.
Yes, if you haven't seen those,
Absolutely.
check those out.
Check them out.
All righty then, quick
Check your
rapid fire.
mailboxes.
Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do pros and cons of each show, real quick.
Yep.
Give me-
Yep.
Give me 3 pros of Boba Fett.
3 pros
Any
of
of you.
Boba Fett.
Mando showed
Mando.
up.
Yep.
Man,
Um,
yep.
Rancor.
Riding a
Chrysanthemum.
Rancor.
I like Chrysanthemum.
Chrysanthemum.
Yeah, Chrysanthemum. There you
That
go.
was
That
probably
it.
the best
I like
of
that.
cons of Boba Fett. Only 3.
all
Everything.
of the cons. The story didn't make any sense. He talked too much.
He was soft.
It wasn't Boba Fett.
It
was
wasn't Boba
soft,
Fett.
right.
Yeah.
The writing
it
was
wasn't
horrible.
Boba Fett's show.
Yeah.
One location for
Yeah.
almost the entire show.
Yeah, it was
Reshot on one location.
too Disneyfied. It was like
Yeah.
kidified. And
It wasn't
was
dignified. It
like
was Disneyfied.
Disneyfied.
We wanted Mando intense, and we got baby.
We
Disney
wanted
Jr.
Mando in a campground.
Mando was the
intense.
best
Yeah.
part of that, and it wasn't even
Yep.
Mando's show. And I
Yep.
think they put it in there just to save the show.
Yep.
All right.
All right,
the
then the next
ratings.
one, Obi-Wan. What's 3 pros?
Qui-Gon.
Yep.
Qui-Gon. We see per Order 66, some of it,
Order 66.
and flashbacks of Obi-Wan and Anakin.
Yep. Those are the 3
and
pros.
Jimmy-
Let's do those.
Jimmy Smits.
All right, 4 pros. Jimmy Smits. Negatives.
The whole show.
Riva.
Reva. Baby Leia.
Baby Leia.
Terrible.
The fight between Darth Vader and Obi-Wan. That was unnecessary.
Yes, the canon breaking.
Yeah.
The way the Inquisitor looked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't even the
Right?
same Inquisitor.
It's like
Wasn't the
that's
same.
not that's
stupid.
Not right.
The fact that the writers never actually watched Star Wars ever.
Yeah, exactly.
It was like the same people who did the sequels did Boba Fett and Obi-Wan.
Yep, I think
Pretty
they did.
much. It was.
honestly.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
All right. Now what's
Andor.
So Andor pros. Give me 3.
Oh goodness, this is gonna be tough.
This is tough. Luthen.
Luthen,
Cyril and Dedra.
Cyril and Dedra.
Prison.
Prison was
Prison.
solid.
Prison is a pro.
The prison arc.
The prison arc, yeah.
Prison Arc.
Mama Moth was good. I didn't like her as much as I wanted to, but she was still good.
Yeah.
All right, there's 4.
There
All
we
right,
go.
There's
all
so
yours.
many
Cons.
Andor, we could keep going with pros. I mean, there's so
Cons.
many cons.
Wokeness,
Yeah, one
unnecessary.
Yeah, unnecessary
Just a little
wokeness.
bit unnecessary. Come on now.
The lack of action when you really wanted it to
Yeah.
hit.
Yep. And Kino Loy can't swim.
Anticlimacticness.
Actually, Kino Loy would have been a plus, a pro.
No, but he can't
Andy,
swim.
I know, but Andy Serkis is.
The
Yeah.
con is he
Sorry.
can't swim.
Yeah, Andy can't swim.
He's a con. He's in prison.
Yeah.
He's the
What,
next
is there any
Colbert.
other? Okay, that's 3. All right. Tales of the Jedi pros.
Dave Filoni.
Dave Filoni.
Dave Filoni.
Count Dooku's arc answers questions I didn't know I had.
Ahsoka arc.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I understand that's his pet project, but like, it could have been better.
Right, oh, at least the first episode. I
Yeah.
agree. But the last 2 I think are really good.
The last 2, yeah,
They're not as good as Dooku, but
They
they're
tie
still
into
good.
the.
There's some
Clone
good
Wars.
moments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
another
I just
pro?
think the succinctness of it Like
the short
it's
format.
short format, but there's so much packed into the short format, and how true it stays to Star Wars.
Yeah.
And
It respects the lore.
it's beautifully done.
Yeah.
In this story.
Yeah.
All right, that's a lot of pros. Cons of Tales of the Jedi.
Ahsoka's first episode
Yep,
could have been better.
could have been better.
I wanted a little more, actually longer episodes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Longer episodes. Qui-Gon's voice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more episodes.
Qui-Gon's voice in the second episode.
Yeah, second episode.
Same. Well, who is that?
Yeah, it was
didn't
like,
know.
what are they doing?
They cast a young Obi-Wan and they forgot to tell him he was supposed to be playing Qui-Gon.
Right. All right. That was rapid fire through pros and cons of all these shows that came out. Now we're going to rank them from worst to best.
The best.
All right. This is going to be a toss up, but no, it's not going to be a toss up.
Yeah. I already
All right.
know what I want.
Let's all
Worst.
just say it.
Worst is Obi-Wan.
The worst
Worst
is
is Obi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. That
Yep.
was hot garbage.
Second worst is Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. Yep.
Yep.
Terrible.
And then now it's
Mandalorian was the only saving
Mandalorian.
grace of that.
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Mandalorian.
Because that was cool.
But the Boba
That-
Fett was not Mandalorian.
No.
That was the Mando season 3. So we're
Yep.
excited for that.
And man, some of what happened in that episode of Boba Fett, the Mandalorian,
Yeah.
that is some of the best Star Wars in like
Oh,
one,
yeah.
one
That
or
was
two
great.
episodes.
Live action, the fight sequences in that were
Yeah.
like unbelievable.
action.
Yeah, the beginning,
Yes.
just the,
Yeah.
like bringing in
When
warm
they're-
and cold. That
Yep.
fight scene with the
So
dark
Or
saber,
fight-
Yeah,
Good.
fighting with the
and
dark
then
saber.
with the the hammer, and then the tears. They actually showed what happened on Mandalore
Yep.
in that
Yep.
episode, and
Yep.
they talk about it. They tell him where it needs to go. You find out there's so much information. It's like
It sets up season 3.
Yeah.
Get slapped in the face with a lot
I
of
will
information.
say-
it was so good, but
Yeah.
it was action packed and awesome.
I appreciate the nostalgia of bringing back an N1 starfighter,
Yeah,
but also it's too small.
I agree.
He needs a bigger ship.
I agree. I think it's cool. I think
He
what-
needs a ship for that ship to fit into.
Yes, I think they
There
need to
you
do a
go.
docking.
Yeah.
That ship is like the hot rod that they take to do
Yeah.
certain things.
It's like
but
the Ghost and then the what's the one they take
exactly.
off the
Yep.
Ghost?
And
Yep.
the Phantom.
Phantom.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. And then after that, I think this might be a little tough.
It's getting
It is.
dicey.
It
Between
is
Tales
tough.
of the Jedi and Andor, which one do we put third?
Your second, you mean?
Second.
I
sorry.
think just
I
based
think-
on the shortness,
I think Tales of Jedi.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would
And then Andor.
I would say Tales of the Jedi is before Andor.
I agree.
Just because there's not as much.
There's
Yeah.
not as much to chew
It's
on.
still good,
And one
but
out
it
of
just,
6
it's,
was
it's kind of like you blink and you miss it.
and 1 out of 6 was a little weak.
Yes,
Yeah.
agreed. Whereas almost every episode,
Yeah.
every
I don't
episode
think
of
there's-
Andor had moments
Yeah.
that you were like, yes,
Yeah.
that is amazing.
That's awesome.
I mean, there are scenes, just like short scenes in
Yeah.
Andor that blow away every other show
Mhm.
in this whole entire year.
And
in
nobody-
the past anything Disney.
Nobody
Star
is
Wars.
miscast.
No,
Yeah.
they nail it.
Like it's
They
it's
done
just
did
it's just
nail
good
it.
writing, and it's like I don't understand how they didn't have this team of writers writing the other two shows.
So does that make our
Who
winner
failed?
for the year?
Yes.
Yes.
So
Andor.
Wow.
Andor is the winner.
Andor is the
Andor's the
winner.
winner. Wow.
Yes,
Which
sir.
is, yeah, it's a come from behind win. You
Nobody
he was,
would've
he was
called that.
trailing,
Yeah.
and he wasn't even in the race anymore. And then suddenly he just shot up there.
Right.
So I think what we
So-
should I think Andor wins it because of there was like more content in one episode of Andor than the entire 6 episodes of Tales of the Jedi.
right.
Yeah,
And the writing through and through there was like hour-long episodes,
Yeah.
which was amazing. You think Obi-Wan
but it didn't feel like hour-long
Right.
episodes.
and they weren't like action-packed. It was because the
And-
writing and the intrigue
Yeah.
was so good.
and you
You're like-
always you wanted more after every episode.
But Obi-Wan was only like 30-minute episodes, and you're like, please shut it off after
Oh
the
my
first 10
goodness.
seconds.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you're just like
Boba
what
Fett
are
was
you
similar.
doing?
They weren't long enough. It's like, this is not long enough. And it's still like, give me something good
and
to
it's
chew
not
on.
even their shows.
No.
So,
Remember, kids, kill your heroes,
Yeah.
especially if they're white males.
They did.
Yeah.
They did Boba Fett wrong, and they did Obi-Wan wrong. Like 100%.
did 'em dirty.
They did him dirty. It was
nobody would have predicted what we got this year.
Tho-
Well, actually, but yeah,
those
no,
two shows I would say would be better if they weren't made. I'm
Yeah.
just saying
Yeah.
I think Star Wars as a whole
or
would
give
be
them
better.
to Dave Filoni
Right.
and have them animated.
Or have them done right.
That
Right.
would be a good show.
Right, exactly. And the lore respected.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. I think if you just like,
the characters respected.
as throwaway
Everything is
series, you know what I mean? Just
It is.
throwaway series.
It's like in 10
Like,
years,
it's not in my lore.
I'll still not want to watch it.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, in 10 years we'll still laugh at it.
Yeah, I don't-
we're still
I don't
gonna
believe it
like we're
exists.
gonna see snippets of it on the internet and be like, "Oh my gosh, do you remember how bad that show is?"
It'll be like ROUSs. I don't think
Right.
they exist.
I don't think they exist.
Yeah. Name that movie.
In that reference,
Name it. Oh,
Mary Poppins.
reference. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Mary.
I'm Mary
y'all.
Poppins, y'all.
Is he cool? Yeah, he's cool.
Wow.
Mary
So then
Poppins,
that
y'all.
means that next week's show for the finale for the whole year, if we do it right, is going to
Yes.
be like, are we going to predict the
What's
next
gonna
years
happen?
to come, or we should rank them then and then see how close we were?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're going to do that. We're going to rank without seeing any of the shows or any content Star Wars wise that's coming out in 2023. We're going to go ahead and rank them. We're going to give our predictions, and we're going to tell you guys what we're most excited for. And that's going to be next week's episode. We're really pumped about that one.
Yeah.
It's going to be a good time. This week has been a lot of fun. So just to recap, worst is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yep.
Then after that, it
Is
is
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. After that, Tales of the Jedi. Close
That's
second.
not worst.
It's not
good.
worst. Tales of the Jedi. Man, these are like so far. Like,
Yeah,
The-
it's
the
like
top two.
bad,
Difference.
and then it's like really good.
yeah, yeah.
And then Andor and Tales of the Jedi are like that.
That close. Yep, exactly. Then Andor is our winner for
Yes.
2022 Star Wars content.
Wow.
It is.
Blindsided.
I know. I'm still surprised. by it.
Absolutely shocked that
Never
that
would've seen it.
happened.
And I think. Well, we'll go into that more next week.
And the love story. Nobody saw the love story.
Nobody saw
The
the love story.
creepy love story.
It just works.
Apparently, that's what we need now. I don't know.
Hey, it revitalized Star Wars. It actually revitalized this particular channel in
It
the
did.
weirdest way.
Yeah.
The weirdest of ways.
It is. It's really
It's actually
weird.
Cyril that revitalized this
Yeah,
particular.
serial carnage.
Yeah, we got so many
series.
views off that.
Just so-
that alone.
It's absolutely bizarre. It's kind of funny, but
Mhm.
It's funny. man.
it's good. Maybe we'll do a Mothma Christmas ambience.
Yes. Or you should do on the prison,
Oh, that'd be
Kino
good
Loy.
because it's all white
I
anyway.
can't swim.
right? Just throw some like stockings up in the background.
Bad
Somebody getting
needs.
electrified every once in a while.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I smell cookies.
Never. Home Alone. Your favorite.
Never.
Oh my
You guys
god.
give up? Never. I love that gif.
That is such a good
No.
one.
Is there any last thoughts? Dustin?
No, yeah.
No.
Oh, I was gonna ask Matt real quick. What
Yeah.
had the best action? What show had the best
Ah.
action?
Mandalorian.
Well,
That
wasn't
didn't even come out.
Well, I guess there was Mando.
No, he said
technically.
Mandalorian instead of Boba Fett.
So in Mandalorian instead
yeah,
of
so
Boba
I
Fett.
guess that, but no, I don't know. Yeah, because there. I don't know.
He's flustered.
You flutter me.
Flutter.
You're just
That's
action
his
Matt.
new word.
You know, honestly,
Flat butter.
I mean, there's action in Andor, but there just wasn't like tons of it.
Wasn't
Yeah.
over the
No, there
top.
wasn't.
Action packed.
it wasn't really an action-heavy show. It was.
Right.
It didn't
I'd say
like
Boba-
lead into that.
I'd say Boba
I mean-
Fett would have been the most action one.
with Mando specifically.
Yeah.
I
I,
think-
guess so.
I think
yeah.
Mando's episode was the best executed action in all of Star Wars.
Yeah. That was solid.
Andor, I think, would be it. Oh, and Tales of the Jedi actually had some pretty cool.
Yeah, this last episode we watched was pretty
There's some
solid.
more that I think hit pretty good.
Yeah.
I think sometimes with animation, though,
pretty
it's easier to
good.
do it than it is live action. So that's why I give it to the Mando.
It is, but it isn't
right.
because it's animated and it's
Which
like
kind of lends itself
literally
well
every
to
frame-
Jedi and stuff like
every
that.
frame is animated.
All right.
Right.
That's what
Right.
animated
Right.
means.
That's what animated means. Movement.
I did have here if we could make if anything could make any of these shows better.
Action.
Yeah, just scrap the first two and redo them.
Yeah, I'd say for Boba Fett, if they would have had a more like hardcore version of Boba Fett, and
Yeah.
they got rid of the Power Rangers,
And he didn't talk so much.
and if they focused more on him being ruthless
Yeah.
and being the character Boba Fett as a bounty hunter, I think he
Yeah.
needed to be a bounty hunter.
He
Very
doesn't
similar
need to be.
how he was in the
And-
Mandalorian
yes.
season
He
two.
doesn't.
Who
ne-
he
I don't
is.
think he needs to be a crime boss.
No,
I think
and-
they went
and-
the wrong
And if
direction.
they did that, they just did not do it well.
No,
It was
that's
too
like when
small in
he's.
scope.
That's like when he's done.
Yeah.
When he's
Before he
retired.
Right, when he's too old to move,
Yeah.
which he almost is. But
They should have leaned on more Legends for this because Boba Fett in Legends is awesome and all the way through. And he
Well,
does
that's-
actually turn to be more of a good guy later on in
Anti-hero.
Legends. And he ends up training Han Solo's daughter to be like an epic Mandalorian fighter, but she also has the Force.
Yeah.
It's sweet. That's so
Imagine
much
that.
better.
Yeah.
Anyway,
They become good friends.
Obi-Wan, get rid of Reva, get rid of Baby Leia, put it on, just keep it completely on Tatooine.
Yep.
Do Kenobi, the book. If they just would have done the book solid with Kenobi, I think it would have been a home run. I honestly think it would be the best show of Star Wars. I think it would be one of the best shows. It'd be a tough sell with staying on Tatooine again, but I think that would make it better.
Mm-hmm.
Andor, the only thing with the action sequences, I think they could have tightened up.
Yeah.
I think they could have had a bit more of the plot, like just a little bit more solid at the end. The action at the end, a little
Drive
bit more
the point
satisfying ending.
Yep.
I think it would have taken that to the next level. I think the next season is going to be even better. Tales
I
of the
hope
Jedi, too short. We should have had a few more episodes, a few more
And
things to
longer
follow,
episodes.
longer episodes. Get rid of the first episode, and that would have made it better.
Yep.
You guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
That was just a quick rundown of all of it.
There we go. That's it.
All right.
On that bombshell.
And on that bombshell, Merry Christmas.
Merry
to
Christmas.
all and to all a good
And a Happy New Year.
If you're still watching, you get a Wookiee cookie for
Yeah.
Christmas.
Cookie Wookie.
Also,
We will be sending you an imaginary Wookiee cookie.
those who are sleeping, we're glad we could put you to sleep.
That's right.
Glad we go to
Hoff's gonna get a blizzard pretty soon, so we gotta get out of here.
we
Yeah,
do
we
got to
gotta
get
get
out
outta
of
here.
here. Yeah, it's about to go
48-hour
down.
blizzard.
Well, that's
we gonna
that
get
other
some
meme we
blizzard.
put. Oh man, that was so funny.
Which
I
one?
really can't stay. but
Maybe it's cold outside.
He's
You'll
like,
never reach the first marker.
You'll never reach the first marker. Well, then I'll see you in heck.
Your tauntaun will freeze before you reach the first marker. Oh, that's great.
That's a hilarious meme.
I don't
All
know why
right.
that one wasn't up there. It was perfect for the season.
It's Christmas.
Oops, sorry, go ahead.
Christmas. That's it.
Christmas.
Christmas.
Yes. Don't forget, like,
Right.
comment, subscribe. You're still here. We love you. If you're not still here, we still love you, but not
He
as much
loves
as the
you.
other people.
Yeah.
I do. Everybody does. We all do. I speak for everybody here. Nobody else can say anything. And
Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies, tell Santa Claus, tell the elves, tell the reindeer.
Watch out for the poop.
Yeah, watch out for the poop.
It's cold.
Especially when it's on your roof.
Yep.
You be shoveling it off and suddenly
Shovel that
you
roof.
got a mouthful of Tootsie Roll.
Yep.
Zarhimoto said, I'll have to go walk. She said a couple comments. And she said,
What?
Merry Christmas,
Rattle 'em
guys. Y'all are awesome. Can't wait for y'all to have for what you all have in store for 2023.
What do we
Oh,
have
man.
in store? Nobody knows.
Next week, we'll tell you.
And she's
Next
enjoyed the
week.
year review, so she was tuning in and listening as she was wrapping Christmas presents probably and whatnot. What else would you do while you're wrapping Christmas presents? You watch a Star Wars review show talking
Yeah.
about Star Wars year
And
in
then
review.
that's what puts them to sleep.
Because we hit everything. We hit Christmas movies. We hit
Yeah.
reindeer.
Smells.
Smells.
Star
Smells.
Wars.
Hoff.
Life Day.
Just smells
Hoff,
stuff.
Snow.
memes.
Yeah.
Poo poo.
It's not just Star Wars. It's just pure entertainment. I'm kidding.
pure
So you guys-
entertainment.
Pure entertainment.
Candy
So
canes.
you're going to sing Wish You a Merry Christmas?
And that's the stay on
Wish you a
target
Merry-
guarantee.
You gotta sing it off key. Or
Always
else
read
you
the
got
fine
some-
print, though, when you watch a show. Read
Yeah.
the
It's
fine
at the
print before
bottom.
you watch a show.
Yeah, and this is the perfect show to watch if you are having trouble falling asleep Christmas night.
Yeah.
Watch this, and you'll fall asleep, and Santa will come, and you'll wake up to us still
And
talking.
he'll
Yep.
rob your house.
Santa fell asleep. He was caught last
He
night.
just dies in your house. You're like, oh no, I
Oh.
killed Santa.
I killed
We
Santa.
killed Santa.
No, we put him to sleep.
Oh,
because
sorry.
He was listening to our show.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh,
And
he's
then
just
And then he
to
died.
I see.
Hey, one cardiac
Intruder.
arrest.
Right. Intruder.
We're really enticing those
We're
That's what I
right.
said. We
Why?
gotta insult them,
Yeah,
and then it'll get
Sorry,
more.
I ate
Reverse
too many
psychology.
Wookiees.
Reverse
You
psychometry.
guys are terrible.
All right, let's sing them out.
Okay.
With what?
I don't know what key that is, but all right. This is a perfect point where you just cut us off, Dan.
All right, one,
sing about-
a two.
Two,
You sing it
three, and then it just cuts.
We
wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Just shattered all
Bye.
the glass in this room.
Merry Christmas.
There, we're out. Oh, the mics are still on.
Merry Christmas.